we're gonna.
Yep, that's it. We're gonna wire the power.
Yeah, no, I'm just doing a quick shot around. We are.
If you need to listen, this is how you listen it.
No, I know. We need to move that one.
As long as you see the touch lines are fine.
Yeah, but it's really impacting how you see it.
No, no, you're right.
Kaylin.
Yes, on the man at the back post, and there's the goal. There's the goal. And now he's through, and it's a goal. It's a goal for Westmeath.
He's got plenty of space. Nice cut. He gets around the keeper. That's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alfaro could be in here on his left leg. Alfaro. Oh my goodness, it's a goal.
You don't have to keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not computer illiterate. We work to make sure that the only thing you'll have to say is, it works. Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
Goal! And speed! Go back!
Eddie Steve, baby. Where is this game?
Beckham. Buddy, I'm telling
Goal for Auckland. And she puts it over. Rockland win it again. They get the ball. Goal for Rockland. Rockland get it over the bar. Rangers win the ball. And it's a score for Rangers.
Locked down partially and they play a good 1-2. And they're back on the attack once more. Going into play in the side, into Emerson over the bar. Crow, but dispossessed, passes a bit short. Kicked in again, well connected by the defence. Good passing, and it ends with another score. Midfielder up to Gracie here now, past the defence. Good 1-2. Well set up here, good run by Gracie, lining up under pressure, trying to run through 3 or 4 players. Need to be careful. Oh, well lined up. And it is a goal. It's a goal for Rockland Hibernian. Doing it again. Working up there with Gracie, coming through again. Can she get her second score in the second half? And she does. Look up on the side. Gives that pass to her teammate. Takes one back. See, takes a shot on an angle. Gets a good score. But
Saltanta still has possession. Big kick and a point. Great defensive play by Shannon Gales, advancing and fisted over the bar for a point. Big kick and in the back of the net for Shannon Gales' goal. Number 9 with a big goal, putting that lead to 5. Number 2 to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan with the goal gets possession, pushes up to number 2. 22. 22 plays it upfield. Over to O'Sullivan, coming in hard, and a goal by Shannon Gales. Short kick, Saltanta to McLaughlin, puts it in the back of the net.
Jodie O'Donnell, number 13 for Bridget. She's taking it in, throws it into Hazel. Hazel gets a nice...
Gets on the man of the back post, and there's the goal. There's the goal. And now he's through, and it's a goal. It's a goal for Westmeath.
He's got plenty of space. Nice cut. He gets around the keeper, that's it. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Alfaro could be in here on his left leg. Alfaro! Oh my goodness, it's a goal!
You don't have to keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not computer literate. We work to make sure that the only thing you'll have to say is, it works.
Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
Go! And speed! Go back!
Eddie Steve, baby. Seriously, where is this game? Beckham.
Buddy, I'm telling
What? Goal for Auckland. And she puts it over. Rockland win it again. They get the ball. Goal for Rockland. Rockland get it over the bar. Rangers win the ball. And it's a score for Rangers.
Locked down partially and they play a good 1-2. And they're back on the attack once more. Going into play in the side, into Emerson, over the bar. Two Crow, but dispossessed, passes a bit short. Kicked in again, well connected by the defence. Good passing, and it ends with another score. Midfield up to Gracie here now, past the defence. Good 1-2. Well set up here, good run by Gracie, lining up under pressure. Trying to run through 3 or 4 players, need to be careful. Oh, well lined up, and it is a goal. It's a goal for Rockland Hibernian. Doing it again, working up there with Gracie, coming through again. Can she get her second score the second half? And she does. Look up on the side, gives that pass to her teammate, takes one back. See, takes a shot on an angle and gets a good score.
Saltanta still has possession. Big kick and a point. Great defensive play by Shannon Gales, advancing and fisted over the bar for a point. Big kick and in the back of the net for Shannon Gale's goal. Number 9 with a big goal, putting that lead to 5. Number 2 to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan with the goal, gets possession, pushes up to number 2. 22 plays it upfield, over to O'Sullivan, coming in hard, and a goal by Shannon Gales. Short kick, Saltanta to McLaughlin, puts it in the back of the net.
Jodie O'Donnell, number 13 for Bridget. She's taking it in, throws it into Hazel. Hazel gets a nice goal. That's a goal already for Bridget's. And she pushed up a little bit, I think. A point for Jodie O'Donnell. Jodie O'Donnell into Abigail Woodruff, into Hazel McGaughty. That's a nice point. Into Lily again. And that's a goal for Rockland. I believe. Still in. Abigail Crow's taking it back out to Lily Lennon. Out to Lily Lennon again. Passing it around. Are they going to get it in? Yep, they got a goal. It's a point. Well done to Grace. Molly O'Loughlin, well played, Molly. Jodie Long, block again. That's a goal. Goal for Rockland. Olivia McKenna. Oh, goal. Eva Peel. Goal. Point. Yeah. Into Abigail. She's taking it on her own at the moment. Don't know who. Tipped it over. Jodie O'Donnell. A point. Jodie O'Donnell's having a great game. Nice football by Bridget's, you know.
Lansdowne on a quick response back in there, attacking third. He got plenty of numbers. Will he go for the cross? He's got an open net and he finishes. Lansdowne go 1-0 ahead. Breaks through, Lansdowne with the numbers again. Dribbles past him. Tries to put it one easy. Oh, wait, it actually went in. It just went through the hole in the net. But it's a goal. Still a goal. His accuracy was so good, it even went through the hole in the back. Good possession work from. Oh, spoke too soon. He's going to take that, seize the opportunity, and they pull one back. No, it's stuck. Just a one touch in. Oh, and he gets the equalizer. North Star equalized with seconds left on the clock. Picks off as the Prested Celtic D tries to go for range. What a goal! What a goal! It's a wonder goal from distance. There's nothing that Marcoux could do to stop that. Oh, this could be the lifeline that they need. McVeigh takes the opportunity and converts. He sees the moment like a true forward. Yusufi. Oh, no, sorry, that's not Yusufi. McVeigh gets it in the net again. Officially embraced, and he puts the Greeks in the lead. Greeks looking to get some insurance here. And they did that. This time it's Mehdi Yusufi. Mehdi Yusufi looking to get to his goal tally tonight. Drives all the way to the other side, and what a goal!
Good evening, everyone. Live from the beautiful South Boston, Massachusetts, we have some Eastern Premier Soccer League action for you tonight, presented by New Logical Sports. My name is Will Sargent. My co-commentator is Nate Jewett-Wolf. Pleasure to be here with you tonight, Nathan.
Thanks, Will. We got an interesting one on our hands. Barras, 5th in the league, 1-3-1. Jaguars, the away team tonight, 4th in the table at 3-3.
Should be a hot contest tonight. Two teams fighting for a playoff position in the table tonight, with the league heating up as we wrap up towards the end of the season here. Interesting note here. I believe it is Tres Barras who is missing a key player tonight, Nate?
Yeah, Igor Gomes da Silva, their lead scorer, 4 goals on the year. As you know, missing a striker is a tough hurdle to overcome. We'll see how they adjust to it. I'm expecting some tactical changes if their initial plan isn't working.
For sure. Always difficult one, especially on a night like this. You need the goals to come and they need to come early, and we'll see how they respond missing a key player like that. Really excited to be here tonight to bring you some of this action. Should be a really competitive game. And to all of you who are joining us, we are live on YouTube. We appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully we get some good action tonight. It should be a good match here. And these teams played earlier this season. What was the result earlier this season when they played? Let's see.
I don't think we received it in our advanced scouting report.
Looks like Jaguars the last time out versus Tres Barras actually did get the win. It looks like Tres Barras at this time is just edging Jaguars in the standings by, I believe, 2 points right now. So, again, should be a hotly contested matchup. Looks like they won 3-2 last time. Jaguars pulled away the victory. We'll see if they fare similarly tonight as we jump into the action shortly here. Both teams making preparations now on their respective sidelines. Referees have gone over their checks. We appear to be ready to go. We'll be with you in the next few minutes to kick off the match. All right, welcome in, everybody.
In 5, 4, 3.
We're gonna edit that up. All right, welcome back in, everybody. Once again, my name is Will Sargent. I'm your commentator tonight with my co-host, Nate Jewett-Wolf. Once again, we are bringing you Eastern Premier Soccer League action tonight between Tres Barras in the black and Jaguars United in the yellow kits tonight. Very hotly contested game coming our way here. Should be some good action tonight from South Boston, Massachusetts. All right, so we are just about ready to go. Preparations have been made by both teams. And as I had mentioned, we have Jaguars in the yellow kit tonight against Tres Barras in the black. Referees making preparations on the sidelines. We appear ready to be kicked off here in just a few minutes. Nathan, any thoughts on the game? Any things you're going to be looking out for?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what formation both these teams start in, especially Tres Barras without their striker. I was thinking maybe they'd start with 2 strikers, kind of try to make up for Igor da Silva's absence up front. Looks like Tres Barras is in a 3 in the back, and Jaguars seems to be setting up in 4 in the back. So it'll be interesting to see how those formations cancel out each other.
Yeah, lots to digest here from the game. It is worth noting me and Nate have not seen these two teams live in action previously, so we'll bring you the analysis as we see it and as we observe these two teams here. It'll be really interesting to see who starts on the front foot in this game. As I mentioned before, these two teams very close in the standings, battled it out previously in a very close game in which Jaguars came out on top in a 3-2 victory over Tres Barras, I believe. Or was it Tres Barras who took the victory?
I think it was Tres Barras that took the victory.
Let's take a look. Yeah, it was Jaguars who took the victory, but as I mentioned, Jaguars, when looking at Tres Barras, actually only 2 points ahead of them right now. So that victory against Tres Barras was actually extremely telling in the standings. It appears to be the main gap between the two teams, which has pushed Jaguars 1 place ahead of Tres Barras. But as we look forward to the promotion playoffs and looking towards wanting something out of this season, pushing into that top 4 is going to be key for both of these teams here as we look for with a few games remaining.
It's also worth noting that the first place team in the league takes home a prize of $4,000.
Big prize, yeah.
$4,000. Second place takes home $1,000. So
yeah, there's something to play for these teams. Absolutely. This is not just your average Sunday league. This is we're going to see players here who are former semi-pro players, former collegiate players, of course, former high school players. There's some talent on display tonight.
Absolutely. And although we weren't there to see the first game between the two teams, we received word that there was a bit of a skirmish, a bit of controversy. So
we expect some fireworks here tonight.
I expect both these teams to be up for it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what a better night to do it. We've got some great weather here. It's overcast, 50 degrees out here, crisp fall night here in Boston, Massachusetts. Really couldn't ask for a better time to play some soccer. I'm sure these guys are just raring to go here. As they knock the ball around, the captains now meet at the center circle here for the coin toss, and we'll be ready to get underway here in just a few moments. All right, we appear ready to kick off here with Jaguars taking the initial kickoff, kicking left to right here, and we are ready to get underway shortly. Looking for an exciting game as the referees make final preparations.
Tres Barras a little slow getting out on the field, but Jaguars looks like they're in a classical 4-3-3 with a holding midfielder.
Yeah, it looks like the single holding with 2 8s in front of them. Obviously, a traditional back four here. Maybe Tres Barras here, it looks like going with a less traditional, perhaps a back three. Difficult to say here. We'll bring it as we see it. If teams make changes, we'll hopefully adjust as they do. But we are excited to get things underway here. Nathan, it is a pleasure to be here with you tonight.
Of course, my friend.
Excited for some good action here, some good football here in Massachusetts.
It looks like Tres Barras is starting with 2 up top, something that I've been wondering about pregame to make up for the absence of their striker suspended for 1 game.
Yeah, it is a valid question to ask here, missing the number 9, of course, their top scorer due to suspension. Are they looking to make up for that with an extra man up top?
Yeah, certainly looks like it.
Referee appears ready to go here. We await the first whistle to get the match underway, which we have now with Jaguars getting us started here as they spray the ball out to the winger, number 19 here on Jaguars. Very interesting to see. It looks like that. Oh, and there's an initial chance here. They've lost the ball in the final third. There's a shot on goal, and it's dragged just wide. Jaguars under the cosh already in the first 5 or so minutes, or 5 or so seconds, really, I should say, as the high press of Tres Barras won the ball outside the 18. The striker spoiled the chance. An initial shot here within the first 30 seconds, really. A warning shot, really, for Jaguars.
Yeah, Tres Barras went with the high press. Again, got to wonder if they're trying to get something going, given the lack of their striker. But Jaguars was slow to play out, and
you can't make those mistakes there. You just simply can't make those mistakes there, and Jaguars lucky to get away with that there. You cannot be silly in the back, and just one poor touch allows for the first chance of the game. Jaguars thanking the lucky stars already as they go long here from the goal kick, again to their right side. Decent touch here for the overlapping fullback, and the ball over the top is dealt with cleanly here, or not so cleanly. Appeals for handball not given as Tres Barras look to now work the ball out through the center of midfield. Nice turn there to get the ball out of danger. The switch of play to the right back, a little wayward there. Let's see if Jaguars decide to press heavy here. Up the line, decent touch by the winger. Played off of Jaguars as they look to recycle possession here. Ball is out of play, and it will be a Tres Barras throw. Both teams just looking at their footing here in the first 2 minutes here, it looks like.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both teams pressing high. It's slightly gusty here, blowing a little towards us on the sideline here.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see if the wind's a factor tonight.
Absolutely.
As a goalkeeper, do you ever take the wind into account when you're playing, like when you look at goal kicks and things like that, or even shots from distance?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I would say the biggest thing that I consider is through balls, right?
Right.
Balls with
as we
the
see
wind.
one right there.
Right.
Which is already causing problems, as you can see, as a keeper there. The keeper and the defender, maybe losing a little bit of communication there can be a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're playing the through ball with the wind, the ball runs farther than you think. If you're going into the wind, it can actually be a little more helpful. Balls in the air, sit up between the back line and the goalkeeper. Wind is just really, really a factor.
Especially on a night like this, for sure.
Absolutely.
Good turn there by the Jaguars attacking midfielder. And there will be a foul here called on the edge of the box. And we might see the first chance here for Jaguars United as they have a free kick within range here. They might look to go for goal here. We'll see how they set up. But decent early creation there from their number 10 to get away from his man and then hold up the ball nice enough, long enough there to win the free kick here.
Yeah, we're a long way away here, Will, but it looks like he went down a tad easy.
Oh, here it is. It's already come out. It's already come out. You can't keep this man quiet for long. So, well, I mean, hey, I like to comment on what I can see, and like you said, we don't have the advantage of VAR today. So,
at this level of the competition, no VAR.
We'll get there though.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether he puts the ball on goal here, kind of in that intermediate range where could put a shot on target, or you could kind of float a ball back post, put some curl on it, and cause trouble for the goalkeeper that way. Certainly
has enough distance to get the ball up and down from here. That's the main thing that you're looking for from a free kick, and it's not too close. I think he's going to go for goal here if I were to make a guess. Let's see. Straightens over the ball, right-footed over the wall, and a good save by the keeper. The rebound is loose. Flag is up on the far side. It will be a free kick for Tres Barras. A good save there from the keeper and a decent strike on goal. First shot on goal there of the game goes the way of Jaguars from a free kick there. A decent take on target there, testing the keeper early.
Yeah, I think it ended up being offsides, but got to be honest, the goalie needs to do a little bit better. It's kind of right down his throat, and he parries it back into the middle.
No, you don't want from those situations there. If you can eliminate any second, third chances from a shot there, that's what you're looking for to bail out your back line. As Jaguars appear to be in command of possession early here, as they look to work it down the left-hand side. Springing into the striker, first touch down the left-hand side. A decent touch cleared away by the fullback. Taken down on the right side. It's battled for there. No call from the official. She says play on. Down the left wing again for the Jaguars. Into the middle to the number 10. Fought for there. Still with Jaguars here. Decent ball into the box. Headed away. Ball is settled. Look to play out wide. Nobody there. Let's look to recycle here. And cleared away by the keeper. Again, the high press of Jaguars and both teams here approaching it with a high press, especially given the conditions that we're under, the high winds, a little bit of moisture here coming out that we feel in the air as well.
Yeah,
could play into a role.
Elements are certainly having a part to play in this game already.
Absolutely.
Tres Barras seems a tad more composed right now. Jaguars working really hard to retain possession.
Yeah, and they do appear to be on top with possession. The early chance for Tres Barras did come in the first 30 seconds, but since that early chance there, Nate, we haven't really seen Tres Barras gain control of the game. It looks like Jaguars are on top here in the early going.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we await the throw-in from the right-hand side. Throw-in does go down the line, headed away. It looks like it'll be another throw for Jaguars. Looks like they're lining up for the corner. Cheeky there for sure as they look to win a corner out of nothing. Referee quickly snuffed that out and said, no, sir, that will be a throw-in. Thank you very much. As he goes long into the box. Decent header away. Second chance clearance. Not cleared still. Now cleared fully. Back down the left-hand side. Now fully cleared away. Jaguars looking to retain it. Settling it down in the midfield. There's a contested ball there. Well won by Tres Barras. Let's go long. The player's onside. Flag stays down here. Good defending there by the right back, number 2. And Jaguars can play. No, they can't. Down the right-hand side again. More danger here for Jaguars. Ball comes into the center. Chance here. Touch. Is there a finish? Oh, my goodness. I thought there was there, Nathan. The goalkeeper smothered it in the end. Another big chance for Tres Barras to hit Jaguars on the counter, which they can't make the most of there.
Yeah, it's a lovely slip ball across the face of goal. Goalie comes for it, doesn't quite get it, and gotta say the striker made a bit of a hash of it.
Might have squandered it, honestly, early on. That's 2 big chances by going the way of Tres Barras. So we've had the free kick go the way of Jaguars. There's a long shot well wide, but the 2 big chances in the game falling the way of Tres Barras, who have not been on top in possession here, but appear to be making the most of the counters.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 best chances have fallen the way of Tres Barras. Yeah, it's an interesting game so far.
Yep, definitely. Jaguars have got to be a little bit more wary at the back there. The Tres Barras have runners. Because they're playing the 2 up front, it allows them to have one of those strikers roam into a wide position, and they're finding success there down the line as we saw there. So if they can get more of those balls played over the top of the right back and the left back into the channels, that might be where a lot of their chance creation comes from.
Yeah, absolutely. It's clearly part of their plan to play more direct. Again, we haven't seen these teams play before, but I can't imagine Tres Barras is always this direct.
No, certainly not. I mean, I'd be interested to see if they do play with 2 up front in their regular shape, but tonight certainly taking advantage of the 2 up front and sitting a little bit deeper. It looks like out of possession, they appear to be looking at more of a 4-4-2 shape so far from what I've seen, with the 2 in midfield and the 2 wingers, and the 2 obviously forwards providing most of the press there. We'll see as the game goes on how they decide to create their chances, because again, like I said, they don't appear to be on top in possession, but they have a route to goal. They've proven that already. As they swing the ball across the back for a dangerous pass, Jaguars looks to press high. Tres Barras going long and out of play here. Just getting it clear as they, again, look to play out from the back. There's a little bit of confusion there in between the back line as we have a player down on the far side. Referee will stop the game here just for a minute or 2, just so that player can get some treatment. But both teams look poised here in the early going. Again, Jaguars finding a little bit of rhythm in midfield, but they haven't been overwhelmingly positive with their chance creation.
No, absolutely not. And I think one interesting thing to note here is that it's hard to keep the ball on the ground here. The turf is short. Ball hasn't been on the ground much really, and it's kind of been a battle in midfield and really a long ball game thus far. Either team has tried to play with the ball on the ground and have given it away in short order. It's interesting to see how both teams will adjust to that.
Yeah, been a little bit of pop shot there in the midfield. We've seen a few instances, Nate, already where they've tried to play wide to the fullback, and you can see as the ball is played into the fullback, it's bouncing the whole way. The ball appears to be bouncing off legs in the midfield as well. So neither of the teams have really been able to pop it around too much in there. Be interested to see as the game goes on if one team is able to find a little bit more rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appear ready to go here, as it looks like Jaguars will make the first change of the game.
I think you see the shin guards on.
Back in again here down the left-hand side. Offside flag appears up, or is it a throw-in? My apologies, it is a throw-in down the right-hand side for Trace Barras. No change there as well for Jaguars, my mistake. Looks like we had a equipment malfunction there with a bit of shin guard buffoonery, as you could call it. Down the right-hand side once again from Trace Barras, just looking to get out of their final third here. As they go long again, putting pressure on the back four. Jaguars handle it well. Back to the keeper as they look to open up here. Trace Barras again with that 4-4-2 press. Flicked on by Jaguars into the midfield and down again. As they establish a little bit of rhythm. Long ball toward the right-hand side over the winger. Fullback Shields, decent touch around him and settles. Oh, unfortunate touch there. They do escape though, and down the left-hand side they go. Ball towards the striker, looking to get him in behind there. Cut out decently well by the center back. Jaguars back in possession here, playing towards the center back, or the CDM, my apologies. A decent touch off the back heel, looking to get the fullback down the wing. And they do get the ball away too cheaply there, Trace Barras, and they win it back cheaply as well. Neither team really making the most of possession at this time. Decent move there. Ooh, another one. Ball sprayed down the right-hand side, headed well down by the left back there. Center back under no pressure here.
An interesting thing to note for Trace Barras is the strength of this formation is playing direct and winning the ball in the midfield. A 4-4-2, obviously the two strikers, four midfielders. So Trace Barras is doing really well to win possession in the midfield, but once it gets up with the strikers at their feet, the lack of an extra man in the form of a winger is hurting them a little bit.
A little bit as well. I haven't seen Trace Barras play down the wing a whole lot. They tried to do so a little bit with switching the play towards the strikers there, but it'll be interesting to see if they switch to a more winger-centric kind of a system. Good turn in there in the midfield. It will be a free kick for Trace Barras. Taken short. Left winger here, number 10, plays it inside. Decent touch there. Down the left-hand side again. Out of play, and it will be a throw-in for Jaguars here. A little bit pop shot in possession for both these teams so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks to me a little bit like Trace Barras has kind of the run of the possession in the midfield. Again, they have an extra man in there, so that's always going to help, but just a tad more composed.
Jaguars, you mean?
I mean Trace Barras.
Now they're in behind here, Jaguars. Ball is cut out initially. Still a chance. Cleared. Good clearance there by the fullback as Jaguars look to retain possession in the midfield. They go wide again to the number 10. Down the right-hand side. Matched up one-on-one against the fullback here. Will he take him on? No, he'll cut it back. Cross in. Man there. Just ahead of him. A decent early cross there from the CDM.
Yeah, it's a good move. Number 10 gets isolated on Trace Barras' left back. Interesting that he didn't go at him. Usually if you have a winger isolated on an outside back like that with no coverage from the center back or a midfielder, then he'll end up taking that outside back on, but
certainly
likes to square it back there.
He does look like the creative type there, so we'll see throughout the game. But he's finding himself in wider pockets. Flicked on. Referee gives another free kick in favor of Jaguars here, so yet another chance from a set piece for Jaguars. Can they take advantage here? Last time they elected to go for goal. This one looks a little bit further out. Would take something special to score from here.
Yeah, I would think that if it were me, I'm floating a ball outside the back post here and hoping for something back across. The straighter on the free kick, in other words, the more central in the field, the harder it is to swing a ball in with any sort of accuracy. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here.
Yep. Be tricky either way. If they do decide to go for goal, it's going to have to be a decent strike. But we'll see if they decide to crash the box. They are bringing numbers forward here.
Last free kick was more or less down the keeper's throat, and he spilled it, so it wouldn't be the worst idea to put something on that.
Might look to test him again. Referee appears ready to go. The yards have been counted. It'll be a free kick for Jaguars United here from just about 25 yards out. Here's a strike. It's low and into the wall. Rebound is cleared wide from Trace Barras. A foul there. Trace Barras happy to get away with that. The free kick, tame in the end.
Yeah, not great quality. At that distance, it's not too hard to get it up and over the wall, and a free kick into the wall is
never what you're looking for.
Subpar there.
Never what you're looking for. And again, a cheap giveaway from Trace Barras. They're having chances to build from midfield. They're just not taking them at the moment. Look to work it down the right-hand side, which is where they found most of their success in possession here early on. Into the striker's feet. Looking to play through the winger. The switch is on, cut out easily by the fullback, and Jaguars can play again through the number 10. A little bit of a nibble there on the midfielder as they look to recycle. Jaguars patient here. Good turn there by the defensive midfielder. Bought himself a couple yards there, into the 10. Good touch by the 10 to keep possession. They look to play over the top once again. Just a little bit too much on it, but the winger's gonna get there. Cross comes in, meet and drink by the keeper there.
Yeah, it's a lovely turn from the center midfielder on Jaguars there. It's a simple touch to break lines, really,
right.
And
but escaped from like one or two pressers there, and that's how easy it is sometimes to break the press with that kind of a quality in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jaguars again on the front foot here, playing down the line to their right winger. He's had a couple of chances to go at his man in this game. Closed down well there, though, but he will keep possession. Still yet to see one team gain the advantage here in the early going. 16 minutes played, ball into the box. Good touch there, good save by the keeper, and parried wide. Out of nothing, really, Jaguars create something from the wing. A low ball into the box, not dealt with by the center back. Keeper has to make a save there.
Yeah, absolutely. As a goalkeeper myself, I'm really going to analyze what the goalkeeper does there. The Jaguars player takes a shot, and whether it took a deflection or was scuffed, goalkeeper was completely wrong-footed. He was going to his right, and it was really a dribbler to the near post, and he had to make a big adjustment to get there.
Ball in deep toward the back post, headed away. It'll be another corner. But like you said, Nathan, you looked lucky to get it behind there.
Yeah, absolutely. He scrambles back to his near post and spills it, and the Trace Barras striker was right on hand, but the goalkeeper did well to punch it out.
Taken short here by Jaguars. Looking to work something methodically here. Ball comes into the box, taken down by the chest. Played back out. Will they look to get it back in the box here? They will. A shot on goal. Tipped up. It'll be another corner. Accumulation of corners here for Jaguars. They can get a nice ball into the box here. Might be a good route to goal for them again, especially on a night like this where chances have appeared hard to come by. Will we see a chance come from a set piece? They should take it short again. A little bit of miscommunication there. It'll be another corner.
Yeah, Jaguars is upping the tempo a little here. I think that if they exit this spell of possession here, this run of play without a goal, they'll be a little disappointed. They started the game on the back foot a little bit, and they've worked themselves well back into the game.
They certainly have, and I think they taste blood here. Certainly, Trace Barras looking a little bit labored here with the accumulation of corners. Haven't been able to get the ball out of the box. Striker standing on the halfway line. I don't think it has had a touch in a solid 5 or 6 minutes here. Another ball into the box from Jaguars. Another looping one towards the back post. Headed back across goal and away. Dealing with the second ball, our Trace Barras, but not far enough. Another shot comes in, and this one will go well wide. Finally, some relief for Trace Barras as they're able to get a goal kick here. But they'll be frustrated by the amount of chances given up on the set pieces there.
Yeah, disappointing in the end from Jaguars. That last ball over the goal was subpar delivery. And really, you need to either keep the pressure up in that run of play or score a goal. That's a massive let-off for Tres Barras there.
I think they'll be frustrated too with the quality of balls from corners there. I mean, it's certainly lofting a ball towards the back post isn't a bad play. When you don't have someone there to get on the end of it, I mean, you need more of that driven low cross certainly in a game like this. With the wind as well, the more you hang that ball up in the air, the more opportunity there is for random things to happen. So I think they'll be looking to kind of get more of those driven balls maybe towards the front post next time, but we'll see. We'll see how they approach it.
Yeah, Tres Barras still committed to playing out of the back.
Sticking to their philosophy here, which, as Nate mentioned, is playing out of the back, but not working well for them this far. They decide to go long this time. Won back again easily by Jaguars, not really contested. Again, Jaguars are not having any trouble with these first balls. Down the left-hand side here for Tres Barras, cut out again by Jaguars. The back heel attempt does not work, but Jaguars win a throw-in.
An interesting thing to keep track of here at home, Tres Barras, when playing out of the back, is extremely narrow with their center backs, and their outside backs aren't doing much to help out in the build-up. So it's an interesting strategy paired with the poor execution.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on it next time as it happens, but
ball comes in towards the back post. Header is there. A good ball in. The flag is up on the far side. Would not have counted had it gone in, but a good sign for the Jaguars. They're getting space in those wide areas, which again is coming back to the fact, Nate, that it doesn't look like Tres Barras' approach to this game is going to be focused more on the wide areas. They want to win the ball back heavily in the middle of the park and look to play wide through their forwards. But it's allowing Jaguars to get an overload on the outside with those fullbacks going on.
Yeah, again, I'll reiterate. Tres Barras is playing a 4-4-2, and out of all the major formations you'll see at any sort of competitive level of soccer, that's the formation that's probably least equipped to build out of the back, and that's something they're committed to doing. We'll see if they do it again here. Yep,
they are committed to playing out of the back here. Let's see if their center backs and fullbacks are able to push a little bit wider. They go long again towards the striker. A decent touch, but the flag is up on the far side. Ref hasn't seen it yet. She does now. It will be offside on Tres Barras.
I think it was that first ball into the striker, but that's kind of more what you have to do in the 4-4-2 is play into the strikers, play off the strikers. Cheap giveaway here.
Yeah, as you were saying, with the two forwards up top, I mean, that's going to be your main source of an outlet there. And so if you're sacrificing a man in midfield, it's going to be tougher to play out.
Absolutely.
Tres Barras now from the 30-yard line, it looks like here, have their first free kick of the game in the half of the Jaguars. Let's see if they look to get their back line a little bit pushed higher. They've yet to have the luxury of the ball in that half.
Wind's kind of coming right at the camera here.
And picking up a little bit, as we've seen throughout the game.
Definitely. It'll be interesting to see what kind of service works here, but I imagine they might try to go short.
A little dink ball in behind. Decent ball in behind. It's causing confusion. Striker got a touch to it. Didn't get enough purchase on the shot.
Yeah, keeper comes out and doesn't claim. Slight no-no as a goalkeeper, but it was a cheeky little ball in.
Right.
Smart.
Maybe a little bit of surprise there. I don't know if the keeper was ready for something like that. It was a decent ball in behind for the striker. The striker was ready for it, but center back dealt well to make it hard for him. Right winger again down the right-hand side. Almost beating his man once again. He's had a lot of success there. Cheeky back heel just barely works, and Tres Barras barely able to escape from the press there of Jaguars.
Yeah, as Jaguars gives it up, they're counter pressing on their giveaway with 4 players. That's an aggressive counter press.
Worked for them so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Tres Barras hasn't quite figured out how to build out against that yet.
Referee just pausing on things here as we look to get some treatment for an injured player for Tres Barras here. Did look like he took a stamp from that initial contact there.
Yeah, it went down a little late. Got to wonder if he's taking a sec for his team to let them catch their breath.
Nothing like a little bit of gamesmanship. We know that all too well, certainly here. Maybe get some regrouping here for his team, as he said. But in the cold, days like this, you get stamped on. Those are painful ones for sure.
When he's in.
Down the left-hand side. Tres Barras looking to build through the striker, one-on-one against the fullback. He's got a chance to go at him here. Pulls it back here. One touch outside. The rotation through the midfield. Tres Barras enjoying a little bit more of possession here. Nifty. Ball in behind is cut out initially. First touch by the striker. He's been pulled back there. Surely, referee's going to have to take some course of action here. Let's see if she goes to the pocket. Looks like she has not, but she has given a free kick the way of Trace Barras there. A little bit of a cynical foul there from the center back.
Just calling him over for a yellow. He gets booked.
Is he in the book?
Yeah, he's in the book.
Our first yellow card of the game brandished to the center back of Jaguars there for nothing else but what could be considered a cynical foul there. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to take your team's position into account there. The striker was in.
About 20 yards out here.
Within range once again.
Yeah, I'd put it on net here. Goalkeeper has been tested more or less and hasn't looked great, so I think it's worth a shot on net here.
Yep. Jaguars, again, with the overwhelming majority of set pieces so far. Rare chance here for Trace Barras to take advantage, to see what they can do. It'll be the number 8, standing over things. Goalkeeper just setting his wall right now. Looks to be a 4-man wall. Pretty big wall. Be tough to get the ball up and over, but he's got the distance to do it, the right distance to do it, I should say. Strike comes in, over the wall. Beautiful goal! What a hit by Trace Barras, number 8. An absolutely blistering strike. He gets it up and down over the wall. Keeper was absolutely planted. A beautiful strike, 1-0 in the early going here, Nate.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful strike. He gets it up and down so quickly there. Again, the wind is coming at us, so that helps, but it's truly a beautiful strike. Goalie was nowhere near it.
Absolutely lovely there. Can't ask for anything more from a strike and a free kick. You really can't blame the keeper there. Nothing he can do.
No, definitely not. It's a beautiful strike.
Ball got up and down so quickly, right in the top corner. Keeper was absolutely rooted there. Again, can't fault him. Jaguars with the bulk of possession and chances early on. Trace Barras against throwing a play, take a 1-0 advantage.
Yeah, it just speaks to being locked in. I mean, Trace Barras has a nice little interchange between their number 10 and the striker, but it really comes from nothing. It's a ball played over the top into a free kick, and Jaguars should be disappointed in how this half has gone for them so far.
Well, if you know anything about soccer, you know that the team that maybe not hasn't had the most possession or hasn't had the most chances, where do they get a lot of their opportunities? From set pieces. You have to take advantage of set pieces when they come, and certainly Jaguars not ready for something like that. And let's see how they respond mentally here. That could be an early sign of frustration. Maybe they get a little bit worried, and we'll see if they decide to change a little bit any of their approach here. They do have, again, a chance through the midfield. They appear to be calm at this point in time. Ball over the top. A little bit hasty there. He didn't have to go that route initially.
Yeah, we know this well. A team gives up a goal, and they want to get it back immediately. And they up the tempo, which is great, but it's a needless giveaway in the end.
Yeah, the coach will certainly be looking to remind them that, hey, listen, it's just a single goal. We still have to play our game because, again, they've been on top in the early going. There really haven't been any crazy chances apart from one giveaway in the early going. But since then, it's been all Jaguars. So if they can just stick to the plan that's been working for them so far, they'll have chances to get back into the game. We'll see if that early goal, though, shakes them a little bit more than they necessarily need to be. As again, they played on the right-hand side. Decent touch by the winger. Burst through the midfield. And again, looking to switch the play here. Poor touch, but retained well.
Need a switch here.
Left back was calling for it on the far side. Getting stuck in are Trace Barras here. They've got a little bit of energy from that. Frustration here and appeals from Trace Barras ignored by the referee. Jaguars look to swing. They do now play out wide to the left. Winger cutting inside. He's got space to run at the defense here. Taking them on, one by one. He's got a little bit of pace here. Good sliding challenge, and the ball is cleared. Not fully, though. They look to work it out of the back. Right back with a little bit of time and space. He'll go long. No, he won't. Cutting it back well. Now he will go long. To no avail. Jaguars should retain it. Long shot. Wide again.
Again, snatched at the opportunity, really.
Yep. Bit of a half chance there. I mean, at the end of the day, on a game like this, you never know what can happen. If you can strike that ball well and it goes on goal, we've seen this goal. He seems susceptible.
Absolutely will. As a striker, you take that shot and your team gets mad at you, or what are you saying to them?
Oh, piss off. I'm immediately saying piss off. If I'm a striker and I'm in that situation, I'm taking that shot on every single time. I know I have the quality to hit it from there, and certainly most of the shots will go wide, but one of them's going to find the top corner.
Yeah.
So.
That's a striker's mentality. As a goalkeeper, I'm saying hit that shot all day long.
Two schools of thought here. Two schools of thought.
That's why they hire us, Will. We really get both ends of the spectrum.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Trace Barras committing to building out of the back. I haven't seen them break the press once. I mean, it's working when they go long, but it's an interesting strategy.
The numbers in midfield for Jaguars are just, they're overwhelming Trace Barras at this point.
Yeah, the strategy just doesn't make sense to me, Will, really. You're in a formation that's direct. We've said this before, and they're seeming to have a hard time of marrying their strategy with their formation.
Another foul in the final third, waved on by the referee here. It looks like that the number 10 for Trace Barras did get a knock there from the center back. Referee said play on, maybe incidental contact there. That's what Jaguars or Trace Barras will be looking for, though. Again, the forwards making wider runs for the midfielders to make those late runs in behind. Again, that was one of the center midfielders making a run in towards the gap that was left by the fullback.
Yeah, I think that the best run for these strikers to make is the run between the respective center back and the outside back, kind of on the numbers of the football field, if you will. Every time they've been in, it's come via that route, and there's just a lot of space there. Jaguars isn't quite doing enough to cope with it right now. A booking for descent, it looks like there.
Yep, the second player into the book there. Number 8 for Trace Barras in the book there. Yeah, referee calling over Wenderson de Silva, the midfielder there. Just a little bit too much talking from him. She didn't like it. He's in the book. One for each team now.
Yeah, a couple calls for Trace Barras that they're not pleased about. I'm sure that was just the culmination of some frustration.
Yep, and certainly emotions running high for Trace Barras right now. They're feeling pretty good about themselves up 1-0 here. Cleared away once again by Trace Barras. Jaguars looking to build. Long ball into the box.
Ooh, great ball.
Oh, just a little bit ahead of the striker there, making a late run into the box. Trace Barras need to be wary of those early balls into the box, which have come quite frequently from Jaguars in the early going. Keeper's able to collect there, but something to be aware of.
Yeah, Jaguars seems pretty content in their strategy, and I think it's a good strategy. Get the balls wide, early crosses.
Create some danger, really.
Yeah, and really it's a good tactic. The goalie doesn't look great coming off his line, and that's just a really dangerous place to serve the ball from, though, isn't it?
Certainly is. And from that area, it's so tough for the center back and the goalkeeper to make a judgment there, especially with a good ball in. You have to have perfect communication. The goalkeeper's got to commit to a decision, which in all that time happening, the ball's really coming in already. You've got to make that right decision. If you make the wrong one, it's going to be a tap in. So I look to see, Jaguars probably try to create more from those kind of areas.
Yeah, if the game continues this way for the entirety, I expect Jaguars to get at least one. And if I'm Marco, their coach, I'm saying keep it up, boys.
Certainly. There's nothing inherently that they're doing wrong at this point in time. They're just victims of a lovely goal in the early going. As we have mentioned, if you're just joining us, Trace Barras taking the lead around 5 minutes ago from a free kick. A lovely free kick from about 20 yards out. Was it from the number 8? I believe it was Wenderson de Silva. Wenderson de Silva, the midfielder, taking a free kick from around 25 yards out, looping it over the wall and into the goal. Keeper had no chance, and they take a 1-0 advantage. But as we've been mentioning throughout the first 30 minutes here, Jaguars have been on top, but Trace Barras have been able to create chances despite it. As they look to clear here, Jaguars looking to settle the play down, unable to do so. Trace Barras will take control. Referee stops it. Looks like for a foul.
Yeah, it looks like he stepped on him.
Yep, the initial foul there on the center midfielder of Jaguars. They play short and quick here, but not good enough there. When you have a free kick there, it's a time to settle the play down, get your guys in shape, and Jaguars do want to play quick. It's their methodology so far, but they've got to be more assured on the ball. Trace Barras, nifty move in midfield. They are able to get the ball wide to the fullback. A little bit of time and space here. Into the striker, one touchdown. Looking to play wide again. Nice little move. Chips it wide to the other striker. First touch is good. Number 11 looking at the overlap. Cuts it back inside. Long ball. Another switch there. Down the right-hand side. Overlap from the fullback. Decent ball in. Cleared away well by Jaguars. Second clearance now fully away. Trace Barras can recycle. Jaguars looking a little labored here. Into the midfield, Trace Barras. Losing out there initially. Rain starting to come down here in Boston as Jaguars hitting on the break. The number 7 plays it wide. They've got numbers here. Overlaps coming. Played into the midfield. Late runner from the edge. He has a shot. Deflected wide.
It's a lovely break from Jaguars, really. They're direct. The passes are to feet, And it ended up with the right decision. Jaguars maybe a little disappointed not to get a better chance, but it's a good flowing move forward on the counterattack.
Closed down well there by Trace Barras. It looked for a moment like Jaguars had the numbers there, and they played the ball as well. Quick one-touch passing, quick decision-making, and eventually a shot from a good area, but closed down well, like I said, from Trace Barras. It'll be a corner for Jaguars. It's accumulating now. It's got to be their fifth or sixth of the match at this point.
Yeah, I'd like to see them be a little more dangerous on this one. Something to the back post, make the goalie deal with something. It's wet.
Wind's howling.
He hasn't held it the best. I'd like to see a ball put right on top of him here.
Ball comes in again. It's toward the back post. Headed right into the keeper's hands.
Yeah, it's a little too deep there.
Yep, too tame on the header. Not enough pace on the cross either. It's difficult to generate that power on the header if you don't have the pace on the cross. Jaguars again with the bulk of the chances from corners. Trace Barras looking to play out of the back. They are able to do so here, at least initially. Jaguars close them down again well. Too many numbers there. They're lucky to get away with a foul there. Jaguars didn't have to commit the foul there. But Trace Barras remain in possession. They go long again. Players onside. Flag stays down. Oh, now it goes up. Frustration from Trace Barras is it did look like that the center back kept him onside. Referee didn't think so.
Yeah, the right back steps up a little too, tries to pull him off sides. Looked to me, not sure what you thought, but it looked to me like that right back stepped up too late. It's certainly a bang-bang decision, but
he's got a better vantage point than us, but I would have thought to play on there. Down the right-hand side again, Jaguars. Trace Barras cut it out well. Just approaching 35 minutes gone here. 10 more to go in the half. What's your take on the game so far?
Yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, Trace Barras has the lead here. I think that's a bit of a harsh halftime result for Jaguars, as we've touched on a couple times in this half. Trace Barras playing in a 4-4-2, a formation that lends itself to playing direct and not playing through the midfield too much. And for the most part, they've kind of been doing the opposite. They were the one time they really truly played direct. They benefited from a Jaguars mistake. Jaguars fell asleep a little bit, got a free kick and a touch of quality, puts them up 1-0.
Yeah.
So I think if I'm Trace Barras, I either switch to one striker at halftime and continue to play the way we've been playing, or stay in the 4-4-2 and play more direct. Number 11 in the book, it looks like.
Yeah. Another booking here for number 11 of Trace Barras, is it? Yeah. Word for me so far in this half, Nate, has just been discomfort. I think both of these teams have struggled to find any sort of rhythm here. We've seen most of the chances for both teams coming from one, set pieces, and two, counters. We haven't really seen a team be broken down through the midfield. So again, the word for me here, disconnection, discomfort. Both teams still at this point trying to find a little bit of a tempo here at this point in time.
Yep, and 3 yellows in this half as well. 2 for Trace Barras, 1 for Jaguars.
So it's been physical. There's been no shortage of that. Long again from Trace Barras to the striker, looking to take it down.
Wow.
Again, they go direct there, but it dies immediately in the wind. Going long, Trace Barras one more time. Difficult to deal with for the keeper. Oh, and a little bit of a shoddy clearance there as the striker did get a touch to it. It ends up benefiting Jaguars in the end as they're able to retain possession. But you can see there as they play long, the ball just gets caught in the wind. Keeper has to come maybe a little bit further than he wants to there. And you just got to be communicative. You got to be decisive in those moments there.
Yeah, that was one of the items I said to watch in the beginning of the game. The wind is blowing with Jaguars, so any long ball down their throat is going to hold up. It looked like it was running through to the keeper, and the Trace Barras striker got there. This is what they need to do. Float some balls in behind the defensive line, make Jaguars worry a little bit. And you can see them grab another one before half. We've got about 10 minutes left here.
Yeah.
Maybe a touch lower.
Yep. Good touch into the striker from Jaguars. They look to build again. Recycling well. A little bit of a nibble there on the striker. He's gone down. Referee says play on. Winger looks to take on his fullback. He's done that a few times. Pressure there from the outside. Good turn by the fullback to escape. And Trace Barras do get away here through number 10. Outside of the boot. He's well onside there. Flag stays down. Chance here for Trace Barras on the left-hand side. Striker one-on-one against the center back. Cuts inside on his right. Has a shot! Just pulled it a little bit wide. Another chance on the counter for Trace Barras. Jaguars have to be asking themselves, what are we doing wrong to give us this many chances on the counter?
Absolutely. And it's really 2 passes. The left back makes a nice turn. Travella pass down the line, and he's in on goal.
Absolutely. And certainly, I think that the key point for Marco and his team in the second half is going to be, we've got to establish a back line. We've got to have more communication on the back line. We saw again there the right back stepping up and the center back not being communicated with, which allowed them to get in behind there. They're not really moving as a unit, which has been their downfall, and which has allowed Tres Barras rather, to get in behind them too easily on too many occasions.
Yeah, Tres Barras really doesn't want to play to the feet of their strikers. So if I'm a goalie, I'm telling my back line, give them a buffer. Give them 5 yards. Don't try to catch them off sides. That's 2-3 times we've seen Jaguars try to catch Tres Barras off sides. Once was called for offsides, maybe a little questionable, but Jaguars is not defending Tres Barras' direct passing well enough.
Yeah, and they can't rely on the assistant the whole game. I mean, certainly, you might get bailed out on an offside call here or there, but on that occasion they weren't. They almost paid the price for it.
Absolutely.
Another booking here for Jaguars. Referee's been liberal with these, certainly cards in the early going. She's not going to lose control of this game, and she's made that clear early on. Number 8 in the book for Jaguars. Was it 8 for Jaguars who got booked there?
Was it?
Yeah. Jefferson Rodriguez de Oliveira. Played well so far, Rodriguez in midfield. Just a little bit too much there from him. A little bit overzealous in the challenge. Tres Barras maybe looking to go long here. They've gone short with most of these passes. But they do have a lot of men committed forward here on the back line of Jaguars. Be interested to see if they do decide to play long here.
A little stoppage here for some reason on the far side, not quite sure.
Referee's looking to get a little bit more of the game in order here. She has blown the whistle to go ahead. Tres Barras will go long here. Cut out easily, not enough quality on the ball. Good touch there by the striker to get the fullback outside. Tried to play his winger in behind, cut out. Reverse ball, cut out easily by Jaguars once again. Number 10 doing well once more, and they can recycle play to the fullback, which they have done. They can drive forward here, Jaguars. Long ball into the box diagonal. Too difficult to deal with.
And there's that ball with the wind that just makes it really hard to drop any through ball in behind the back line between the keeper.
Yep, it certainly takes a lot of quality to play that kind of a ball. Looking for the diagonal and behind there, but again, the name of the game for Jaguars has been, I think just being a little bit more patient. I think that just from my point of view, they've been a little bit hasty with some of their chances, their chance creation, I should say, and they're wasting opportunities to play the ball to feet by trying to go route one, which they haven't needed to do so far. Playing the 4-3-3, you have numbers both forward and in midfield to do that, to play the ball to feet.
Yeah, and another trend to look at is that Jaguars is working a lot harder off the ball. I think if they're a little more patient, try to play through the outside backs, a few overlaps on the wing, they can recover a lost ball quickly, and we've seen them get some chances from turning Tres Barras over deep in their own end. So,
ball out from the keeper is just hung up in the wind there. There's really no chance to drive that ball there unless you've got a real boot on you there.
It looks like one of my goal kicks.
Not giving yourself enough credit there, Nathan.
Another Tres Barras player down. It's been a real stop-start game in that regard, Will, huh?
Yeah, it has. Referees called a halt to proceedings again. Jaguars may be a little bit frustrated at the amount of stoppages, not being able to find rhythm, not only in their play, but too many times so far in the early going where Jaguars have been in possession and the play's been stopped for an injury, for a talking to, anything like that. Looks like she's gone over to her linesman to consult here about we will have a stoppage here for 30 seconds for Jaguars, or for Tres Barras rather, to give their midfielders some treatment here. Cold night, it might be a tough one.
Looks like the center official's going over to talk to the AR for some reason. Not sure if they're just talking about their plans later or talking about something in the game, but...
What are you doing after this? Banshee? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll see you there.
On the dunks.
Putting in the mobile order now, as you can see. Just time for Tres Barras to really catch their breath a little bit here. We do have some substitutes move. Looks like they're warming up for both sides. We'll look to see if there's some changes in the second half as we approach halftime here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, one point I note too, Will, is substitutions are no entry. Same as you might see in Europe. Once you're out of the game, can't come back in.
Right, exactly. So it makes it a little bit more tactical in that regard. Obviously, we've seen no changes so far, to no surprise, but coming up here in the second half, we'll be looking to see if one team or another does decide to make some changes to switch up their game flow a little bit. I'm sure both coaches at this point in time, neither one will be too dissatisfied, but neither one will be too pleased either.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, I think Tres Barras feels good being up 1 goal. They haven't really had the run of play, so they're not going to be too happy about that. And Jaguars feels like they've had the run of play, but are down by 1 goal. So it's really all to play for in the second half here.
Tres Barras looks like forced into a change here through injury as they bring on the number 20, Talisan Ferraz. As we see our first change of the game through injury there. The player going out, number 8, the goal scorer, Wenderson da Silva.
Yeah, it's a big miss for them. Obviously, he has a lot of quality for them. The 2 players that have been really impressive for me so far for Tres Barras has been their number 10 and their number 8, and now they're forced to miss out with number 8.
Yep. Da Silva with the beautiful free kick to put them up a goal. His night ends early with an injury, unfortunately, and Ferraz takes over for him in midfield. Looks like a like-for-like change at this point in time. We'll see if they stick with the 4-4-2 moving forward. For now, Ferraz will slot into that center midfield spot. Tres Barras here in their own half, once again looking to build out from the back, through a throw-in, down the right-hand side, cut out easily by Jaguars, but it'll be another throw for Tres Barras. Coming up on halftime here, Tres Barras probably just looking to get into the locker room with the lead. They go along again, down the right-hand side, strikers pressing. He does win the first touch, center back's there.
Yeah, it's the direct ball again, Will. It's kind of it's an out-of-fashion way to play in this day and age. Every team tries to play like City and build out from the back, but again, with a 4-4-2 formation, that direct ball is always going to give Jaguars problems.
Now, our mistake here. It looks like Da Silva has come back on, which is strange. He was on the bench for a good 2 minutes there. It looks like the substitution, the change was made for number 7, Alan de Navarro, but it looks like Wenderson da Silva will be joining the midfield once again here. Ferraz again obtaining the number 6 spot, playing the CDM role. Da Silva a little bit more advanced here. Tres Barras winning the ball up high. The shot from distance, straight at the keeper. Tres Barras again creating a couple of chances from distance, looking to have those long shots come in, testing the keeper early. But he looks comfortable back there, apart from the obviously wonder strike that we saw earlier. Jaguars building out from the back, lovely outside of the football to the fullback, looking to drive into the space here. Down the left side it goes, a little bit too heavy for the winger. Striker keeps up with it though. One-on-one on the outside, he beats his man. Referee's going to call a halt to proceedings there. That's going to be a foul and a free kick for Jaguars on the edge of the box.
Yeah, it's a good ball down the wing. I'm not sure if the left back is intending for the striker to get it, but it works out. It's an intelligent run from him.
Smart play from him to get there. Beats his man there, ends up in a one-on-one situation and wins the free kick up high. This one again, an interesting kind of situation here for Jaguars, where you can go for goal from here, but I think they looked across this one perhaps.
Yeah, as a goalkeeper, the ball that's going to be hardest for me to deal with is a ball right at the back post. Not sure if it's going to go in or go in from across.
It does go back post. Header's there! 1-1! Right before halftime, a lovely header. What a cross it was. And the header came in from Saliu Guinene, the number 10, who's been active in creating chances all half, does get his deserved goal. A beautiful cross from the outside and right towards the back post where it was a free header for the number 10, Guinene, and a beautiful ball. And once again, we're seeing in this game the danger of set pieces here. Both goals coming from set pieces, Nate.
Yeah, it's a beautiful ball floated in. A little too far for the goalkeeper to come for it. Not that he really wants to come for any crosses today, but honestly, it's shocking marking in the box. There were 3 Jaguars players there. Tres Barras simply wasn't marking any of them.
Yeah, and just a killer for Tres Barras. The last thing you need is to go into the locker room. You thought you were going to be 1-0 up. Maybe you didn't play your best in the first half, but you go in with the 1-0 advantage. You feel pretty good about yourself. Now the momentum swings all the way back in a Jaguars' favor. It's a 1-1 game now. We're looking at a halftime, maybe at an equal score. Jaguars looking to double the punches here in the late stages of the half. Sliding in from number 4 there.
Nasty challenge.
Yep. A little bit of a late challenge there from the number 4.
He's on a yellow
Mendel
too.
Lager. Is he?
Yeah, he's on a yellow.
Mendel already in the book here in the first half. He's lucky to get away with that. Maybe one more foul and he will be in trouble with that one. He's been let off. But again, just as I mentioned it before, as Tres Barras, that's just the last thing that you want to see in this situation. And And again, it wasn't exactly, a goal that they had to give away in that situation. Just had to be a little bit more tight in the box with marking, and they just went to sleep at the back post.
Absolutely. 1-1 here at half. Probably a fair result.
Yeah, I would say so too. 1-1 here through halftime. Again, as we expected, a hotly contested game. Both teams creating chances. Both teams now with a chance to regroup for the second half. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Gets on the man at the back post, and there's the goal. There's the goal. And now he's through, and it's a goal. It's a goal for West Steve.
He's got plenty of space. Nice cut. He gets around the keeper, that's it. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Alfaro could be in here on his left leg. Alfaro! Oh my goodness, it's a goal!
You don't have to keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not computer literate. We work to make sure that the only thing you'll have to say is, it works.
Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
Go! And speed! Go back. And speed, baby. Oh. Are you serious? Where is this game? Beckham.
Buddy, I'm telling
Goal for Auckland. And she puts it over. Rockland win it again. They get the ball. Goal for Rockland. Rockland get it over the bar. Rangers win the ball. And it's a score for Rangers.
Locked down partially, and they play a good 1-2. And they're back on the attack once more. Going into play in the side, into Emerson. Over the bar. Through Crow, but dispossessed. Passes a bit short. Kicked in again. Well connected by the defence. Good passing, and it ends with another score. Midfield up to Gracie here now. Past the defence. Good 1-2. Well set up here. Good run by Gracie. Lining up under pressure. Trying to run through 3 or 4 players. Need to be careful. Oh, well lined up. And it is a goal. It's a goal for Rockland Hibernian. Doing it again. Working up there with Gracie. Coming through again. Can she get her second score in the second half? And she does. Look up on the side. Gives that pass to her teammate. Takes one back. See, takes a shot on an angle and gets a good score.
Saltanta still has possession. Big kick and a point. Great defensive play by Shannon Gales, advancing and fisted over the bar for a point. Big kick and in the back of the net for Shannon Gales' goal. Number 9 with a big goal, putting that lead to 5. Number 2 to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan with the goal gets possession, pushes up to number 2. 22. 22 plays it upfield. Over to O'Sullivan, coming in hard, and a goal by Shannon Gales. Short kick, Saltanta to McLaughlin, puts it in the back of the net.
Jodie O'Donnell, number 13 for Bridget. She's taking it in, throws it into Hazel. Hazel gets a nice goal. That's a goal already for Bridget's. And she pushed up a little bit, I think. A point for Jodie O'Donnell. Jodie O'Donnell into Abigail Woodruff, into Hazel McGaughty. That's a nice point. Into Lily again. And that's a goal for Rockland. I believe. Still in. Abigail Crow's taking it back out to Lily Lennon. Out to Lily Lennon again. Passing it around. Are they going to get it in? Yep, they got a goal. It's a point. Well done to Grace. Molly O'Loughlin, well played, Molly. Jodie Long, block again. That's a goal. Goal for Rockland. Olivia McKenna. Oh, goal. Eva Peel. Goal. Point. Yeah. Into Abigail. She's taking it on her own at the moment. Into I don't know who. Tipped it over. Jodie O'Donnell. A point. Jodie O'Donnell's having a great game. Nice football by Bridget's, you know.
Lansdowne on a quick response back in there, attacking third. He got plenty of numbers. Will he go for the cross? He's got an open net and he finishes. Lansdowne go 1-0 ahead. Breaks through, Lansdowne with the numbers again. Dribbles past him. Tries to put it one easy. Oh, wait, it actually went in. It just went through the hole in the net. But it's a goal. Still a goal. His accuracy was so good it even went through the hole in the back. Good possession work from. Oh, spoke too soon. He's going to take that and seize the opportunity, and they pull one back. No, it's stuck. Just a one-touch in. Oh, and he gets the equalizer. North Star equalized with second.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the second half of the Eastern Premier Soccer League match tonight between Trace Barras and Jaguars United. We had a very interesting first half with both teams getting on the score sheet from set pieces. A beautiful free kick initially from Trace Barras to take the lead with 20 minutes gone from Wenderson de Silva, equalized shortly before halftime with another set piece from Jaguars, swung in from the left-hand side into the back post, where it was met by Saliu Ganene for the 1-1 equalizer. Very enjoyable first half. I don't know about you, Nate, but I'm super excited for the second.
Yeah, it's end-to-end. Both teams have had the run of possession at points, and both teams have had their fair number of chances. Again, it's all to play for. One point of note is looking at the highlight for the first goal at halftime. The goalie was quite far to his far post. Wonderful free kick, but I'm not sure he was perfectly positioned on that one, Will.
Yeah, certainly some questions to be asked from both keepers here in the early going, but on that play at the end, that set piece which was scored by Ganene, I mean, Ganene was completely unmarked. There was no real contest for the header. It was a clean header into the top corner. Not much you can ask from your keeper there, certainly in that situation, even if he was positioned correctly.
I agree.
As looks like Trace Barras has got the game underway here for the second half. We thank you again for joining us. Again, this is New Logical live on YouTube here. Trace Barras versus Jaguars United in South Boston, Massachusetts. Beautiful fall night here, and we're ready for some second half footy.
Beautiful.
Trace Barras looking to maybe change a little bit of their shape here. It looks like they're still in the 4-4-2, it looks like. Oh, no, they've gone to a 4-4-3. I didn't quite notice there. Nathan, you had mentioned that in the early going, that the 4-4-2 might be something they look to adjust, and they have done here in the second half. It looks like a 4-3-3 shape.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there were really two options for them. Either they keep with their strategy of playing out of the back and playing through the midfield and switch to a 4-3-3, or they keep their old shape of a 4-4-2 and play direct. At the end of the half, they had started to play more direct, so I'm a tad surprised they switched formations. It kind of goes against what they were doing at the end of the half. But, it's another interesting little twist to this game. We'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, certainly. Let's see. It looks to me like Jaguars have remained in their 4-3-3. It's hard to say right now. They've got a lot of men committed back with just the lone striker up top. We'll see if they decide to stick with the back four. If they do, they certainly will probably stay in the 4-3-3. Ball towards the back post, headed away well by Jaguars. Brought down now along the right-hand side. Trace Barras retained possession. Through the number 11 ball. He goes down in the box. Referee has a decision to make here. She waves it off immediately. It will be a goal kick. Maybe he went down a little bit easier under the challenge there.
Absolutely looked for it, Will. If I'm calling that penalty, I'm quite disappointed as a Jaguars player.
As a striker, I have to say, I do look for those. I mean, you got to take them where you can get them, and, I mean, you never know in this day and age. There's no VAR here. I did say goal kick. Looks like it's going to be a corner here for Trace Barras. First chance the second half for them to maybe test the keeper of Jaguars. Corner to be taken here. Swung in, right-footed outswinger here for Trace Barras. Ball comes into the near post. Flicked on. Ball's bouncing around the box. Still loose. Puck cross comes in. Headed off the line. Referee has a decision to make again here. Appeals everywhere from Trace Barras. They think that was over the line.
I think they think it was a handball.
Now they're appealing for a handball. What will be given here? Referee looks like she's consulting with her assistant. Man, certainly would like to see a replay on that. The ball was fizzed into the box low, bounced around, was not cleared well by Jaguars. Trace Barras, in the end, were able to get a left-footed shot off. Looked to be heading towards the top corner, cleared off the line for what looked to be a headed clearance. Let's see what the referee decides here. Appeals from both sidelines here. Ooh. And he's been sent off. The referee has brandished a red card. It's a sending off for Jaguars. We'll see who it is here in a second. But a huge decision here from the referee, Nate.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a handball, it's an automatic straight red. I think the only controversy is whether he hits it with his hand or not.
She's clearly given the handball. I mean, it has to be denial of a clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity here through that clearance off the line. It's got to be a penalty here for Trace Barras in the early going. We're just 3 minutes into the half here, and Trace Barras, after giving up the lead, immediately now in the second half are going to be up a man with a chance to take the lead. Incredible scenes.
Yeah, I have to say that ball was headed towards the top corner, and it looked like a header initially, but the man that's been sent off is about 5'6", so the likelihood that it his hand is seeming a lot higher. Also, we're a little far away. Hopefully we'll get a replay in our production studio here, but not too many of the the Jaguars United players were complaining when the red card was brandished.
Mateus Italo Marquez is the player who has been sent off here, the outside back for Jaguars United, and they will look to make immediate changes here as Marco, the coach of Jaguars, realizes that it's an uphill battle from here. Keeper's got to come up big here if they're going to have, a fighting chance in this one.
Yeah, he's leaving a lot of space to his right, our left.
Penalty will be taken here for Trace Barras. I can't exactly see who the shooter is. I'll give you that here in a second.
Penalty save rate's about 20%. Hopefully the goalie can pull something off here.
He's gone to the right. Beautiful penalty, 2-1 Trace Barras. Confident penalty. Keeper had no chance. He hit it well into the bottom right corner. Good strike on the ball. It's 2-1 to Trace Barras early going here from the spot. Third goal we've seen this match from a set piece. This one, the most important of them all, as it's not only a 2-1 lead for Trace Barras, but Jaguars find themselves down a man here for the remainder of the game. They'll play with 10. It's just an awful start to the half. Not at all what you're looking for if you're Marco and the Jaguars.
Certainly, and I mean, it's a good penalty. The penalty striker, we're currently figuring out who that was right now. He kind of stuttered, gave him the hips a little bit, and it's a good penalty in the end.
Confident in the end. He didn't really do anything silly with the run-up. He knew what he was doing. It was gonna be a tough ask for the keeper no matter what the situation. As we see a little bit of an altercation here on the sidelines. A little bit of jawing from both sidelines here. Hopefully the referee can sort this out, but Jaguars clearly very frustrated with the call. We've just gotten word that the goal scorer for the Trace Barras was number 12, Jackson Novato from the spot. Novato making it 2-1 here. Goal scorers for Trace Barras. Wenderson De Silva from a free kick in the first half, and Jackson Novato with the spot kick to make it 2-1 here. Both teams still very upset. Jaguars feel very hard done by that decision.
Yeah, and just a little interaction I saw when the player who was sent off, number 2 for Jaguars, came over to the sideline. He blew a kiss to the Trace Barras sideline. Interesting move, having been sent off for denying obvious goal-scoring opportunity. But I'm sure that's where the altercation started. The Jaguars coach, Marco, doing a good job getting his players back to their bench, but that's kind of where the altercation started.
Certainly, if you're blowing me a kiss and you just got sent off, hey, I'll blow you one right back. So that's what I'll say about that. No offense to any Jaguars fans out there. I am just a neutral here, and I have no say in this matter at all. That being said, I am enjoying watching your team play. I appreciate you guys having me. Again, I am Will Sargent with Nate Jewett Wolf here. It's been a pleasure so far. We look to continue this affair down the right-hand side with Trace Barras. Striker a little bit isolated here. He gets to the byline. Cross comes in. A lot of heat on that cross. Would have been a tough ask for his partner to get on the end of that one. As Trace Barras clean up the scraps here. Winger can run at the defense here. One-on-one. Takes the money. He's isolated once again. Too many numbers there for Jaguars. Trace Barras need to get more numbers into the attack if they're going to create chances from that area. Jaguars look to break here. Nifty move to the midfield. Another one. Beautiful. Cutting back now. Shot comes in from distance. Good save by the keeper. Right at him in the end. Hussam Serhan, the midfielder there for Jaguars, showing a lot of skill in midfield to beat the man there, but at the end of the day, a tame shot in the end.
Yeah, it's a long busting run, and Jaguars a man down. That's what they're going to need to do if they're going to snatch one at any point in this game. He beats 2, 3, 4 players, and still not much going forward for them.
Yeah, it's at this point for Jaguars, it's going to take a moment of individual brilliance or something like that. If you're Trace Barras, it's just going to be about game management at this point. You're up a man, you're up a goal, you have momentum on your side. It's just going to be about, chance minimization, mistake minimization. As we see, a chance here perhaps, cut out well by Trace Barras. Up the line here towards the striker. Throw in here for Trace Barras on the right-hand side. It looks to recycle possession here.
It'll be interesting to see what Jaguar does to deal with their issue of being a man down. It looks like they're readying a sub, number 3. I'm getting his name for you.
Number 3 on Jaguars looking to prepare to come in, Nilson Barbosa.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether they want to take a defender
Chance
or take
here.
a midfielder.
Played in. One-on-one. Trace Barras with a chance. The striker on the left. Can he finish? Good save by the keeper. Perry comes out. No one there for the rebound. A big chance there for Trace Barras to double their advantage. Another warning shot for the Jaguars as we see the first time in the second half that Jaguars have really been tested down a man on their back line. Playing right through the middle there, Trace Barras with their striker. He had a one-on-one with the keeper. He had time to think. Keeper comes out well, and at the end, it's a poor finish.
Yeah, I gotta say that that's the case. Goalkeeper comes out well, cuts down the angle well. Striker's on his weak foot, presumably, but in the end, it's waist height at the goalkeeper's mid-range. Not really gonna put the ball on a breakaway.
You talk about the players. Trace Barras again in possession here. They didn't enjoy the bulk of possession in the first half, but they're certainly going to have more opportunities to be on the ball this time. Maybe their tactic of playing out of the back will be a little bit easier given that they're a man up in possession. Throw in for Jaguars on the right-hand side.
Huh? It should be
into the middle here.
Over there, because there's no parking over there. Just give them a call.
On the outside here, it's Ganene. Ganene down the left-hand side to Mendes. Mendes back inside. Looking to create a chance here, Jaguars. The shot comes in. Oh, and it was sailing all the way. Number 24 took the shot, or was it 21? I believe it was Edson De Silva.
94, maybe.
94?
I think it was a substitute. I'm not sure he was on the game to start.
We didn't see him in the first half, but cutting in well there and creating the chance on his right foot. He had the opportunity to bend that in, and it looked like a decent strike off the foot, but rising all the way, no trouble for the keeper in the end.
Yeah, Jaguars committing a few men forward. They seem to have brought on 2 subs. It's kind of tough to tell what they're playing in the back. In possession, it almost looks like the 2 in the back. They seem to be sacrificing a little defensive stability by throwing their outside backs forward to counteract the absence in their midfield from the red card. Defensively, they're set up with 4 in the back, though.
Yeah. So where have they sacrificed? They've sacrificed in the midfield. So they've gone from a 4-3-3 to a 4-2-3, it looks like, from my opinion here. Something like that. They stuck with the back 4, so interesting to see. They haven't gone to a back 3 just yet. I would not be shocked to see them go to a back 3 in the late stages here if they decide that they need to press and get a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that they're also sacrificing their defensive wings when they're in possession, right? Those outside backs will come forward to help the 2 in the midfield. And when they turn over, you'll see a lot of space down the wing. I expect that's how the game will go.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball switched wide out here to Mendes. Takes it down. Reverses play here to his partner. Jaguars looking to build again. Not a lot of press here from Trace Barras, interestingly enough. Jaguars able to build out. They build out through the midfield. Oliveira down the right-hand side now. Ball swung in deep. Ganene looking to get up for it. He does. Flicked on. Cleared away.
That's 2 line-breaking passes there from Jaguars, a man up. If I'm the Trace Barras manager, I'm not happy.
No, certainly not. You can't be giving them this many chances here. Ganene down the left-hand side. He beats his man. Ganene one-on-one against the outside back. He cuts it back. Touch there. Ooh, Trace Barras get it clear. Referee says play on. Oliveira from distance is going wide. Referee has now given the free kick to Trace Barras, but again, Ganene finding space there in little pockets. He's drifted there. He's playing in the traditional 10 role, but they're giving him the freedom to drift wide. He's found the ball in areas that have been dangerous. He has the goal for them. He looks to be the danger man at this point in time, so if they can't get him under control, we'll see. As I mentioned that, here he goes. He's been subbed off. As I mentioned Ganene's name, he's been replaced here by the number 20. Number 20 for Jaguars United.
Not on our team sheet.
Unfortunately, we don't have the name for you here, but an interesting move there by Marco. He brings off the goal scorer, Ganene. He looked active. I'm not sure I love the decision, but I never know. It could be a nagging injury, could be some fatigue there. But regardless, we have a change in midfield for Jaguars. Ganene off, number 20 on. We apologize, we do not have the name for number 20 there, but an interesting change nonetheless. Trace Barras decided to go wide to no avail. Jaguars win the ball back easily. It's interesting to see that Trace Barras, even a man up, I mean, the whole first half approach has been playing short, build out of the back, and now they seem to have almost abandoned that. To me, the only explanation for that has to be fatigue at this point.
Yeah, and I agree. Jaguars has been on the front foot all game, so that hasn't really changed. It's nice to see that Jaguars hasn't decided to sit back. Obviously, they're a goal down, so they can't really afford to. But again, I am not particularly impressed with Tres Barras' tactics here.
Yeah.
They're a man up. I want them
more of the game.
absolutely. They should be upping their energy. If they can get an additional goal here, they can really step on Jaguars' throats, and they don't seem to have any impetus to do so. I'm a little bit disappointed in their reaction to scoring the goal.
Maybe a little bit of complacency here as well when you're up a man. You maybe take your foot off the gas a little bit. They can't do that here. They're giving up already too many chances to Jaguars here. Jaguars staying in the game.
Interesting time wasting by the goalkeeper.
A little bit of housery. We love it. We love to see it. I mean, you're privy to that yourself as well. Trust me, I've played enough.
Yeah.
Good touch by De Silva there to get his man in.
Yeah, I have done that, but I'm not sure I would start shielding the ball facing my own goal before picking it up. It's a questionable decision.
Everyone has their own styles, Nate.
Yeah, it's true.
Yours just happens to be the worst one. Down the right as they do get it cleared. Tres Barras, referee says play on. De Silva pushing the back there, surely. De Silva, who for me has been Tres Barras' best player. I mean, he's been their danger man up front. His hold-up play has been great. Number 11 for them. He's down right now with a push in the back, but he's been the one to create a lot of the chances for Tres Barras. He won the free kick very high up in the early going, I believe, when he took his man on. That led to the goal from De Silva, and he's been putting in a shift there for sure. I think the route for them is going to be to get the ball into his feet because his hold-up play has been good. He's been pushing the back line of Jaguars as well. That's the thing that he's been doing. He's been doing a really good job getting him behind. We saw in that first half as well, on that play where they stepped up, De Silva got in behind. He's been dangerous. They've had to gamble on a few things with him there. It's given them a lot to think about so far.
Yeah, for sure. And he's not the most flight of foot, so him playing alone up top is not the best strategy. But he's playing well off with his strike partner there.
Yep.
So he's an intelligent player.
Great turn there for the Jaguars midfield, number 94. Tackle there, but 94 will get there. He's got the pace, and he's beating his man. He's in the box. Chance here for Jaguars. Pulled back on the edge. The shot comes in. Oh, and a strike. It's 2-2! What a finish it was! A great play down the left-hand side by Jaguars. An excellent cross into the box there, and Marcos Borges has equalized for Jaguars. And just like that, Nathan, we were talking about it just a few minutes ago. Tres Barras getting too complacent, too conservative, not assertive enough, and Jaguars punish them with the goal here. 14. Number 14, Marcos Borges with the goal. A lovely cross down the left-hand side. Again, Tres Barras too slow to get out to the winger. The cross comes in, uncontested, the turn, and it was a beautiful finish in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 94 is pace to burn here. He's a good 5 yards behind his marker as he touches the ball past him and gets there with ease. And it's just a simple squared pass, good turn from the striker, and a reverse shot. And the goalie gets a hand to it, but it looked from this distance like the ball went over his hand, off the top of his hand. As a goalkeeper, if I'm getting my hand there, I need to be able to save it. Slight mistake from him, but a really great flowing move from Jaguars here down, but they're in.
Tres Barras in again with a chance. Shot comes in, parried up by the keeper. He didn't look too assured of that one. And all of a sudden, the game has opened up immediately here after the goal goes in. We have a 2-2 game, an exciting matchup here. Remember, just a few weeks ago, this game ended 3-2 in the previous matchup with Jaguars taking home the points in that one. This time, Tres Barras still with the advantage of a man, but the momentum, you have to say, is with Jaguars. I mean, they've come out hot. They haven't let the goal phase them. I mean, going down with a red card and a goal to go 2-1 behind early in the second half is killer. It's killer. And they've been able to pick themselves up, get the equalizer, and now I think they like their chances in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jaguars really hasn't let it phase them. I mean, they're giving up space from their outside backs. So really what that means is
confusion here. Ball's in the back post. Another chance for Jaguars. Tres Barras had to be fuming. The keeper didn't have the communication with his center back. The Jaguars striker gets there first, flicks it over. Could have easily been 3-2 in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this in the wind with the wind in the first half. Will remember when the Tres Barras goalkeeper got confused with his center backs because the wind held the ball up. I think it's the same thing here. The wind is causing more issues than is letting on.
Yeah, I mean, Tres Barras have got to get a hold of themselves here. I mean, you're up a man. You're already losing the run of play here. Ball comes in towards the back post. Another dangerous ball, not dealt with. Mendez picks it up, plays it back to the 94. He's been dangerous. Cutting in. Cleared away by Trace Barras, but collected by Jaguars. The number 11 for Jaguars, Hussam Serhan. Ball towards the back post. Not dealt with again. Trace Barras has to go long once again. Headed back in by Jaguars. They're winning all the second balls, it appears. Jaguars into 14. Borges. Borges, the goal scorer. Nifty move. Can't get away. Trace Barras are able to clear. To Silva, trying to work it through. And he does. But taken up again by Jaguars. Again, frustration for Trace Barras here. It's down the left-hand side. It looks like Mendez will get there first. No, he won't. Contested well. Trace Barras got to settle it down here. Bit of pressure here on the number 12. Lovely bit of skill, but not enough. Jaguars retain possession once again.
It's become very individualistic for Trace Barras.
Yep, they aren't working together well as a unit, certainly at this point in time. I don't think that's harsh to say. Jaguars again going long. Mendez in behind. The fullback knocks it down. Flag actually stayed down there. It appeared Mendez was onside. Trace Barras again trying to build out. They have done. De Silva was making a run. He's got his hands up. He was begging for it there on the far side.
I mean, when Trace Barras does get it through their midfield, their strikers are in acres of space. Just to go back to what I was talking about before, Jaguars is foregoing defensive responsibilities with their outside backs. So, you know, in the midfield, up front, Jaguars isn't going to be lacking, but they're going to be really defensively fragile as they get counterattacked on. And I wouldn't be surprised if this game ends 5-4, Will.
Could be at this rate, my friend. Certainly with the shots flying as they are. Ball is wet, field is wet, the wind is still here. Certainly it's going to be difficult for both keepers to get a handle on things. If these teams are able to get aggressive and get some quality balls in, we've seen already that the communication from the back line and the keepers for both teams, not just one, it hasn't been there. It hasn't been there. There hasn't been a lot of chemistry there, and it's led to some cheap chances and cheap opportunities for both teams.
Ooh, really late tackle. This could be a sending off.
This is going to be in the book in some regard. Is that number 4? If it's number 4, he's already in the book for Jaguars. This could be a massive decision. We're not sure right now. It's a little bit too far away for us to tell. It looks like number 3 for Jaguars. Number 3 is Nilson Barbosa with a very late challenge on De Silva. De Silva again causing problems.
Yeah, I mean, the center official's going over to the AR, who is closest to the action. Again, we're a full 200 yards away, but she's going to her pocket, and it's a yellow.
Yellow brandish for number 3 on Jaguars. That is Nilson Barbosa, the outside back. So yet another Jaguars player in the book, and with them already down to 10 men here, I mean, surely the last thing that you want to have happen here is go down to 9. That goes without saying.
Absolutely, and if I'm being honest, well, I think that was a letting off for Barbosa. That was it was a nasty hack after the ball was already gone.
Yep. Referee's been a little bit lenient there. Maybe want to keep the game in check, certainly. I do like the way she refereed this game, I will say. I think she's been demonstrative with her decisions. I think she's been decisive and hasn't let the game get out of hand. As we've said in the pregame, these two teams do not like each other, and that's been apparent from the start. So for her to keep this game in check as she has done, I commend her for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's let the game flow. There's a fine line between letting the game flow and letting the game get out of hand. I think she's done a good job. It feels like we're still one tackle from it boiling over, but that's what makes for good viewing.
Wouldn't be a Sunday League game if it wasn't. Number 9, Aguiar, rotating the ball back in midfield. A little bit shaky one. Ball comes down for Jaguars in the midfield, taken up by...
Yeah, look here, Will. Number 12 is really getting forward.
Yeah, it's left back Mendez. He's done a good job being a dangerous threat on the left-hand side. An aggressive play there when you're down a man.
Oh, he's on. He's on.
Flag stays down. Now the flag goes up. Another questionable decision. The keeper did get there in the end. Credit to him. But again, Jaguars backline looking a little bit shaky there. As if the run was timed a little bit better, that ball in behind is dangerous.
Absolutely. Trace Barras' bench is right on that line. Didn't seem to complain too much. So. In the end, seems like the right call.
We don't have the best vantage point here, but we want to see some goals, so we're always rooting for that flag to stay down. Lovely touch on the right-hand side. Jaguars getting into the box here. Long busting run by the number 3. Cross comes in low, back post, chance! Can't corral it, he wasn't ready for it. Oh, Nate, he wasn't ready to finish it. Oh, unbelievable there. The right back, number 3 for Jaguars, just got down the right-hand side. It was Nilson Barbosa crossing the ball into the back post to the number 94. He just couldn't get any purchase on the shot. I don't know if he knew that it was going to get there. It had to go through a few bodies before it got to him. I don't know if he was ready to put the finish on it.
Yeah, the Trace Barras center back had a swing and a miss at it. Went through his legs. Surely the Jaguars United player was a little surprised it came to him, but
yeah,
I mean, he could have.
Believe his luck.
If he knew it was coming to him, he could have Could have laid down on the ground and headed it in.
Oh, it was harder to miss.
Absolutely. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Say it took a touch off the center back.
94, if you're watching, you're a good player. I'm sorry about that. But anyways, De Silva again causing problems. He wins the free kick, and now he's pressing again on the left-hand side. Jaguars calm and collected, though, rotate it back to the keeper.
Ooh.
Dangerous pass out, almost landed at the feet of De Silva. He's had a few of those here. It's still November, but he would have thought it was an early Christmas if that came to him.
Yeah, I'm screaming at my center back if I get a pass back of that quality there. It was the right play in the end, but...
On a night like this, as we mentioned so many times before, you can't be risky with that.
No, and he passed it back with a bobble, and again, I've played on this field before. There's a couple ripples in the turf on that end, so I just lay it back to me with a little more precision than that, please.
Yeah, certainly. I agree fully. Marco a little bit frustrated with his team here. He's barking out some orders there. But we are still in a tightly contested game here as we approach the 70th minute. We are equal, tied at 2-2 in a very good game here between Tres Barras and Jaguars. Tres Barras, again, up a man here as Jaguars had a sending off early in the second half. A handball on the line, denying Tres Barras of an easy goal. Went to the spot and was converted promptly by Tres Barras for the 2-1 advantage. But since then, they haven't been able to find that same momentum, despite being up a man.
Yeah, and as much as Tres Barras is losing the athleticism battle and being outworked, when Jaguars goes forward, they're still leaving a ton of space on the wings, and although Jaguars has had the run of play here, I still really put either team at equal odds for grabbing the next goal.
Yep, I certainly agree at this point. I would have told you after that sending off and that 2-1 penalty spot goal, I would have said that might be game, set, and match here. Jaguars had other plans as they play down or through the middle actually. Center back Tres Barras gets his foot to it, not enough on the clearance. Jaguars look to collect. They will do here. Lovely turn there.
Yeah, number 94 for Jaguars has been absolutely wreaking havoc. It's a questionable decision why he didn't start in the first place.
He's been electric ever since he's come on. And he's worked well in there with Sirhan. Sirhan, the other center midfielder there, as they look to play more aggressive. I mean, they're down a man, but it hasn't stopped them from throwing numbers forward. They're still playing in that 4-3-3 quasi shape, down a midfielder, but Sirhan has been able to get in a number of times, cutting in from that right-hand side and causing problems. Down the right-hand side, it's Aguiar. Aguiar cuts it back. Touch outside. Looking forward to Silva maybe with the run. Not yet. Cleared. Clearance is a little bit of an interesting one as the ball went towards the back post. Eventually out of play here towards Novato, who will take the corner.
Looks like our broadcast is back up.
Lovely. That's always good news.
Yeah, just in the last few minutes here, Tres Barras has regained a little bit of composure, a little bit of momentum. They had prior to this movement, they probably hadn't been in Jaguars' half for the last 15 minutes. Crazy thing to say up a man, but.
No, but it's been the flow.
Oof, wow.
The game has really ebbed and flowed. I mean, you haven't been able to point at this whole 70 minutes of play and say this team's been on top. Jaguars for the first 20-25 minutes appeared to be well in control. Goal goes in, they lose control, and then they get it right back towards the end of the half. They lose control again, they get control back. It's been really back and forth like a pendulum throughout the whole 70 minutes here. So it's anybody's game at this point in time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to take a moment of brilliance. It's going to take a breakdown like we've been mentioning. It's just going to be about who's going to blink first. As you can see, Jaguars here going with the center back to take the goal kick. Says a lot about the weather potentially here. As they do trust themselves to play out of the back here. Again, the press from Tres Barras has been lacking, especially being up a man. You want to see that press increase a little bit. You want to put Jaguars under a lot of stress, under a little bit less time to make decisions here. You've got the numbers to do it. So.
Yeah, and I mean, they're not the harder working team in their own defensive third.
Aguiar, lovely bit of skill there to get around his man. He's one-on-one with his defender here. Looking to cut it back. Aguiar, cross in. Oh, it's flashed wide. It was always going wide in the end. From our angle, Aguiar looking to get a shot on goal, looking to drive it towards that far left corner. Got enough purchase on the shot, but eventually just sailed wide.
Yeah, that's twice now he's put some defenders on their butts, but the final ball has been lacking. Last one flashed over his attacker's head. That one flashed over his attacker's head as well. I think you got to put it on net or hit it hard and low, really.
Yeah, well, in a game like this, you've got to have that ball fizzed low into the box. It's harder than it looks, certainly when you're moving full speed, but if you can get your body over the ball, create some havoc. I mean, these keepers have already shown that those low-driven shots towards the outside are going to be tough to deal with.
Also, we should also.
Pieces. Looks like Jaguars will be making a change here. It is the number 16 coming on here. That is Mateus Suarez. Looks like he'll be playing at the down the left-hand side at fullback. Looks like
number 17 it was, or number 12,
yeah,
or
number 12 left back. I believe it was Mendez. Paulo Mendez coming off.
Oof,
Mendez had a
dribbling out of his own end. Really dangerous.
Another chance here for Trace Barras to make something of this. Ball comes in. Aguiar! Good save by the keeper, and he collects. Aguiar will be frustrated with himself. He had a chance on the turn there to hit that ball towards the far post. He tried to do so, and he just put it too central, too close to the keeper. Down the left-hand side, number 94.
Goalkeeper takes a bit of a gamble there, moving before the shot comes, ends up guessing right, and it's in the right spot. It's a good save in the end.
Do you gamble on all your saves, Nate?
You know, it's a good question, Will. I think to varying degrees, honestly. Oof, in on goal.
Another chance here for Jaguars, caught out by Trace Barras.
Yeah, so if the striker's really in on goal, I'll guess. But as the save percentage gets higher and higher, I'll kind of mentally guess, right? I'll prepare myself to go one way based on the body language.
Yeah.
So I'm always guessing or thinking that a striker is likely to go one way or the other. I might not physically gamble, but...
Well, we know you like to do a bit of that, so.
Yeah, it's true.
Trace Barras here. Out of the back. Loose touch there, but they get it back. Into the midfield, number 10.
Will, our producer made a good point that there's only been one goal in the run of play so far.
There has, yep.
We've touched on the free kicks, but...
set pieces have been the name of the game on a night like this, certainly.
Yeah, it's been a nice flowing game, but really the best chances have come from defensive lapses. I mean, if you're giving away goals on free kicks, I guess the handball is, a penalty is not quite a free kick. Yeah, not quite the same thing. But if you're giving up goals on free kicks, it's not great. You have time to set up your defense.
Right.
Goals on set pieces generally mean you're not properly locked in.
Yeah. Down the left-hand side again for Jaguars, into the box. One-on-one, he drives onto his right foot, he takes a shot. It's another chance for Jaguars as Trace Barras again lackadaisical at the back. Number 94 for Jaguars has been dangerous all night long. Ever since he's come on, he's wanted to get the ball onto the right foot. You would think at this point in time you have to take that shot away from him. He wants to drive it on his right-hand side. He's had a few chances to hit it right at goal. He hasn't gotten the purchase on the shot that he's wanted. But again, for Trace Barras, if you're the outside back, I'm forcing him on the line every single time.
Yeah, and you kind of read my mind, Will. I think that's one counter to a winger like that. The fact of the matter is, one defender is not going to be able to take care of one winger like that. The mismatch is too great. So you can force him down the line, but that's dangerous in its own right. I really think what you got to do against this striker is double him, right? You can allow him to go inside, but there has to be a CDM or a center back that's helping.
Yeah.
Double team is really in order here for Trace Barras against number 94 of Jaguars.
And to your point as well, with me saying, put him down the line, it's worth noting that Jaguars' goal came from him going down the line and getting that ball in the box. So if you're going to force him down the line, you have to have a man cover over to get the cross out. But there's got to be, again, just the name of the game has got to be more communication from Trace Barras and their back line. They've been too slow to get out. They've been too slow to close down, and it's led to some really easy chances, as we mentioned.
Yeah, and doubling a player is easy enough to say, but what that takes is the willingness to work.
Yeah.
We've seen Trace Barras has not had the willingness to work today, especially not in the second half. They're not defending with enough energy. They're not pressing in the midfield with enough energy. Maybe they had a game more recently. They're not as well rested, but it's a little unacceptable, Will, I think, from Trace Barras. If they want to get a result here, they're going to have to improve in that facet.
Well, I mean, if you're Trace Barras here and you walk away from this game 2-2, that's 2 points dropped. That's 2 points dropped.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you're Jaguars here, I mean, maybe you'd argue it's 2 points dropped as well, because they've been on top even with being down a man. I think they've been the better team this half as well. So.
Yeah, as we get into the last 10 minutes, I think if it ended this way, Jaguars would be the happier team. Maybe Trace Barras feels happy given that they've probably been the worst team today, but
No, but I mean, at the end of the day, you're playing close to 45 minutes with a man advantage. You give up a cheap goal, and you give away that advantage, and you haven't been able to capitalize on it really throughout the second half. And it's been a lot of almost kind of survival for Trace Barras in the second half. It seems like they've been doing most of the chasing, which, when being up a man, you'd think it's the other way around.
Yeah, but we've seen this before. Sometimes going down a man, you feel like you got nothing to lose. You're working harder. We see this at the professional level. I mean, those are the professionals of professionals, and even they haven't quite figured out a way to step on a team's throat once you're winning and a man up.
100%. Cleared again by Trace Barras into the midfield, flicked down, and taken under control here. No foul. Referee says play on. Down the right-hand side, ball's a little bit too wide here. Cutting it back now. Good turn there. The switch of play is on. Borges with a shot. Deflected and over. Oh,
I thought that was in well.
I did. It looked like it was dipping there. The shot came in from the Jaguars striker.
Keeper was rooted. I mean, Will, let's think about what happened on that play. It goes wide. There's plenty of time for Trace Barras to get back in. Their back line is in, which is fine. Jaguars sends 4 men forward, and none of the Trace Barras midfielders are interested in dropping in.
No.
They are not working hard enough, Will. They are going to lose this game if they don't step it up in the midfield.
No, and they clearly have not made the adjustments necessary to atone for that. Ball comes in, another floated ball towards the back post. Up is Serhan, ball comes down. Borges with a shot, it's in! A great shot, Borges makes it 3-2! Unbelievable here! Jaguars down a man, down a goal early in the second half, have turned it around here in South Boston. Borges with a double here in the second half. Marcos Borges, the striker for Jaguars, is loving life right now.
It's a good finish. He's kind of on the half turn. So it's a good finish in the end, but it all comes from Trace Barras' laziness.
Incredible scenes here at Moakley Park. Trace Barras have to be fuming at this point in time. Down 3-2 after being up 2-1 early in the second half. They throw away the lead and the advantage. And Jaguars stealing the points here as it stands. 3-2, 10 minutes to go. I mean, it's put up or shut up time for Trace Barras. Jaguars, as Nate had warned right before the corner, he said they are going to concede here if they don't wake up. And sure enough, moments later they do. Shot comes in from distance from Faraz.
I think that's just a bad through ball, Will.
Well, I'm a striker. I like to give credit where credit is due, and it looks like he opened his body up for a shot there. Was it the best opportunity to do so? Maybe not. But hey, I'm just happy to see Trace Barras actually having a go here.
Yeah, and I'll channel my Tony Romo here, my predictive abilities. I think Jaguars probably, they're playing 4 in the back. They've tried to grab a result, which has meant throwing their outside backs forward. I think that they'll stick with 4 in the back, meaning they'll be light 2 in the midfield. And I think Trace Barras is going to regain a little bit of possession in the middle third on the wing, and we'll see if that allows them to get back into it here.
Yeah. Trace Barras again giving away a free kick. Is that going to go the way of Jaguars? It is. Farhan again causing problems from the right-hand side. For Jaguars, Surham rather, Hussein Surham, playing down the right-hand side, has been a danger man for Jaguars in the second half. He wins a free kick high up. Trace Barras, again, too lazy. Not enough numbers back, allowing the 1-2 to come in from Sirhan.
Since Trace Barras has gone up 2-1, it's really felt like they feel like they've lost the game.
Sirhan will be taking the free kick here, it looks like. Nope, left shot comes in. Spilled by the keeper. Rebounds there for Borges. Flag stays down. Another save. Borges again, and it's saved again. This time the flag is up on the far side. It appears for offside. But what another chance there for Borges to get his hat trick. He's been the danger man. He's found the net twice here. Keeper spilled the free kick into the path of Borges. He had a second bite of the cherry and a third. Keeper gets it away, and eventually Trace Barras escape. But again, Jaguars putting the pressure on. I mean, at this point in time, if you're Trace Barras, you have to be wondering, where are all these chances coming from?
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell where that offsides came. Will, I think that
might have gone up late there off the free kick.
I think what happened was the man crashing the rebound was onside. There was a second man crashing for the rebound, and he got in the first man's way. I think if he stays out of the play,
A little bit of confusion there.
Yeah,
For strikers and again, the lack of communication.
I think that's a massive let-off for Tres Barras.
It's a huge let-off, absolutely. They go along again, looking for De Silva. It's been the name of the game for them. Jaguars clear it again. Knocked down for Borges. Can't corral it, Farhas. Reversing fields, cleared away again by Jaguars. Loose touch, number 94 is in. He's got the pace. He's one-on-one here. This could seal it for them. Jaguars are in again. Great save by the keeper. Incredible stop there in a one-on-one situation. Made himself big, gets the save, keeps his team in the game. Another let-off for Tres Barras. Incredible.
Yeah, I gotta say, Will, I have my money on 94 to score, but his finishing hasn't been what it should be today.
I mean,
he did score that goal, I suppose, but
electrifying. Well, he didn't score. He got the assist for the goal.
Right, that's correct.
But he's been electrifying. He's created chances. He's been pacey. Ball comes in from him towards the back post and over everybody. Tres Barras can build here. Jaguars pressing yet again, and they win it back easily again. Jaguars are finding that if they're bringing numbers forward, the Tres Barras just can't build. Borges again. Reverse ball into the midfield. Borges onto his right foot, plays it wide, cut out. But again, I mean, if you look, it's too disconnected from Tres Barras. The strikers are walking. They can't really get in the game here. The long ball comes towards Aguiar and just dealt with easily.
Don't have any subs.
And Jaguars again win it back. Reverse ball played again, outside, lovely play. Again outside, Jaguars looking to build.
Well, look to Tres Barras' sideline. How many subs does it look like they have?
Tres Barras right now, I gotta say, I do not see a single black shirt on that bench.
It's got to be part of it, you would think.
I mean, at this point in time, if you're the Jaguar, if you're the Tres Barras coach, you have to think about making some changes, and there's just no one in sight. That's the name of the game here in Sunday League. I'm a manager of a team myself, and trust me, getting people to show up on game day is like pulling teeth. So I understand your pain, whoever you are, Tres Barras. Long ball here, diagonal towards De Silva. Can't contest it, knocked down, easily dealt with by Jaguars.
I mean, there's 20 to 30 yards between Tres Barras' front line and their first line of midfielders. It's interesting how they're approaching this for sure.
Oh, lovely cutback by the number 94. He's cut it on his left, he wants it on his right. Plays it into Borges for the hat trick. The shot was blocked. Borges again finding space, finding a touch, finding a shot, not finding the net for the third time. Down the right-hand side, Tres Barras, that's a pullback surely. Referee saw it. It will be a free kick for Tres Barras here. But again, it's that combination of up front. Borges, Sirhan, and the number 94. I'm sorry, we don't have your name on the team sheet here, pal, but you've been excellent. That front three of Jaguars is giving Tres Barras nightmares right now. Tres Barras looks like 5 minutes to go here to find an equalizer. Still up a man. Theoretically should be able to create some chances here. They've got some space on the left-hand side. Pulling it back towards the midfield, Faraz. Oh, he's been cut out there, Faraz. Good strength, plays the ball wide to the 94. One-on-one here. Again, nobody closing him down. Look how much space he has to run into, and he's got the pace to do so. A loose touch. He showed too much into the fullback, and he left one. Silly challenge by Tres Barras, leaving one in there on the number 94, giving away a cheap free kick in the last 5 minutes. You just simply can't do that there. You can't do that. They had won the ball cleanly, Nate. They had won the ball cleanly. They were ready to break. You leave one on one guy to make a point, or just because you're frustrated, and now all of a sudden you're wasting more time, and there's a free kick for Jaguars. And that's the name of the game, I think, for the entire process for Tres Barras. It's just been a little bit of a lack of discipline.
No, I mean, from a tactical and experience and just managerial perspective, it's been at odds and ends.
Left-footed strike. Oh,
it's a good hit.
Wasn't far wide. Wasn't far wide. Looks like it was it Borges who took the shot?
Yeah, I believe so.
The striker, Borges, my man of the match so far. He's got 2 goals here. He's been a constant threat up top. Should have had a hat trick on numerous occasions. Was unlucky not to score a third, and there, shot just over the goal from a very good distance too. Tres Barras again looking to build. 89th minute now here. Not too many opportunities left for them. They've got to create something. Long ball again towards De Silva. He won't find it. Ball still in play. De Silva looks like there was left one on him there. Will this free kick go the way of? Oh no, it was left in on Jaguars. Looks like De Silva. We might be going in the book here. Up and now there's some extracurriculars here, some fireworks as we thought we might see.
Just didn't need to happen, Will. It's a late tackle, and the Jaguars player comes over and starts to instigate it.
And here we have some festivities here.
Yep.
Jaguars not happy there that there was a challenge left in by De Silva on one of their defenders.
Who are these guys going on?
It's been a cold night. It's been a hotly contested game, as we've said from the start. This is nothing short of expectation here. We'll hope to see the referees get this sorted out shortly. There's not much time left here for Trace Barras. They'll want to get the game restarted as soon as they can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe a little bit of frustration with some time wasting here, perhaps, Nate.
Yeah, although I believe that the clock stops. I'm not quite sure, but we didn't have any stoppage time in the first half. So, interesting thing to consider. I mean, from the Trace Barras perspective, you got to get the game on. From the Jaguars perspective, why are you risking going down another man? You're holding on to a lead here with a few minutes left. Center referee consulting with her assistant referee again, who was closest to the action. She's got some decisions to make for sure.
Looks like the free kick ultimately will go the way of Jaguars here. They have a man down who might be needing some treatment. He's still down on the far side. Trace Barras eager to get the game restarted here. Jaguars in no hurry at all. Players still down for Jaguars on the far side. Referee trying to get things in order here. There's not much time left here. We have hit the 90 minutes now, so we are into stoppage time. No telling how long this will last. Marco, the coach for Jaguars, is now on the pitch, attending to his injured fullback here. But as we approach stoppage time here, and we're into stoppage time, Jaguars just looking to hold on for a few more minutes for what will be a deserved win if they get it.
She's going to a park.
Players still down here. Trace Barras have got to be wondering, I mean, are we going to get this game restarted anytime soon?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've talked a lot about what I think has been lacking from Trace Barras this game, but anything more to add? It's really...
No, I think you summed it up perfectly. I think it's really just been a lot of the D word, which is desire. I think that
wow, oh, number 11's been sent off.
Yellow card.
Another yellow brandished here. Was there a red there?
Yeah, number 11.
Looks like number 11's been sent off, Will.
For Trace Barras?
Yeah, he's
and there's another,
breathing down the ref's neck right now.
Pedro de Silva, who we've talked about on numerous occasions today, has had a good game today as Trace Barras' striker. Ended up leaving one in late there on the defender. And to my what we've been informed here is that De Silva's been sent off. So we are now playing 10v10. Looks like it's actually been a yellow card there.
There has been a red to number 11. I believe number 3 has also received a yellow card.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, well, as you can see here, we're trying to sort out proceedings here in the box as well. It's been about 2 or 3 minutes, maybe more, where the referee's been trying to sort proceedings out there. We still have a Jaguars player down on the far side. I mean, we're into stoppage time. It's all chaos has broken out here at Moakley Field. But it does look like De Silva of Trace Barras, the striker, is making his way over to the bench as we speak. He's done well. He's played his part up front. He just didn't get the support he needed all game today. And that's, I mean, at the end of the day, you might think that's a frustration red card at the end of the day. So
absolutely, he's he's been in on goal a few times, and his midfielders have had a heavy touch or haven't quite played him through the right way. And like you said, that's a frustration red card from him.
Yep. And as a striker, especially when you're up a man, you're hoping your midfield might do a little bit more to get you the ball. He's been feeding off of scraps for most of the game. Most of their game plan has been to play him in behind with the long balls, but to no avail. He's gotten in behind on a few occasions, but once Jaguars picked up on the fact that he was the main goal threat, I think they just made it a point, if we can take him away, where's the other threat going to come from?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, he's been a little isolated up top, and I think Jaguars figured out that any one of their center backs can beat it for pace. They didn't seem too worried about having an outside back over there to deal with him. If 94 from Jaguars is on Trace Barras, I'm not quite sure you'd see
so much focus on one player.
So much,
attention.
11's a good player, but he's not getting in behind you. It's
It's more about the hold-up play for him.
Yeah.
He's played his role. Like, he's done well. He can hold his head high for what he's done out on the field today, but he hasn't had the luxury of the chances that have been created for the Jaguars strikers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jaguars, again, just looking to hold out here. We're not sure how much time there is left, but there can't be more than around 5 minutes. The referee has surely added a few minutes here for stoppages. There was a big stoppage there within stoppage time, so you can imagine there's at least 4 or 5 minutes left to go here, I would say. Enough time for Trace Barras to create some chances. We'll see if they decide to get a little bit aggressive here.
Time to start pumping balls into the box, I think.
Yep. Trace Barras going long. Ball goes through.
Need somebody to close him down.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeper is taking all the time in the world here, as he should. He picks up the ball. Jaguars just need to get it out of their box here, and they can hold on for the win. Keeper will throw long to the outside. No one marking the outside back. Again, lazy from Trace Barras to allow it to happen. Down the left-hand side. Ball goes through. Trace Barras can reclaim. Long again, towards the left. Striker onside, it appears. Aguiar.
Needs help up there.
Aguiar looking to take his man on, and he does. Well cut out, though, in the end. They'll go down the line. Over the top, stays in play. Gonna be a contested ball here. Trace Barras win it. Play on, says the official. Outside of the boot pass, taken down on the right-hand side. Time and space, striker's calling for it. Cross wasn't deep enough for the striker to get on the end of it. Again, it's an easy clearance for Trace Barras.
We have a Jaguars player down here. I mean,
getting to a little bit of gamesmanship here.
yeah, and I'm not sure the referee needs to stop it there. It's not a head injury. He's gone down with a cramp. I'm sure that's a tactical injury, as it were, but...
At this point, I mean, Jaguars just doing anything and everything they can to get to the final whistle here. They don't need to do it. I mean, they've been on top. There hasn't been a whole lot of dangerous chances from Trace Barras. And Jaguars, again, giving away basically a free kick here. It's a drop ball. Trace Barras losing out again. Number 94, he made a busting run in behind. His teammate couldn't find him before he got offside. Cross comes towards the back. Serhan looking to chase this one down. And he does. It's Serhan down the left-hand side, facing up one-on-one. Will he go to the corner here? Couple skills. Serhan, lovely bit of feet there. Bench loves that one. Back to Serhan. They're egging him on. Serhan again inside. Jaguars having their way here. They get away again. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Jaguars just playing for fun like it's the backyard, and they recycle here. Switch of play is well on. Hangs up too high in the sky and headed away. But again, nobody there for Trace Barras. Borges goes wide. Oliveira. Cross comes in towards Serhan. Cut out well and cleared. Again, straight to Jaguars. Back in. Serhan, touch. Lovely control by Serhan. Oh, his boots failed him on a cold night in Boston. Serhan again. Inside and back out. Oh, it's too easy. Serhan going to the corner here. You can surely stay there. Decides to reverse play. Just not enough press here from Trace Barras. Not enough desire. Jaguars can surely play this out if it remains this way. Inside to Oliveira. Oh, he's been taken out.
That might be another sending off. Oh.
Silly challenge, and that will be that. That will be that here. And
Here's a...
No. This is going to get ugly really quick if someone doesn't break this up. That was horrific play. This is going to get ugly. Really hate to see something like this at the end of a game. It was a closely fought game. It was mainly clean towards the end. That is going to leave a mark, and that is not going to be what you want to see here. Really ugly scenes throughout the game here, but all festivities aside, a great match here in the EPSL. Final score tonight from Moakley Field, Jaguars 3, Trace Barras 2, an excellent contest. Nate, your final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, another 3-2 game, Will. Frustration's really boiling over here at the end. Tackles flying in. You could sense that, Will, couldn't you, there at the end? Yeah. Jaguars dancing on the ball. Trace Barras unable to gain possession. Somebody came in with a flying kick. It looks like it's all settled down now. Yeah. But really an ugly end to a good game, Will.
Yeah. Pleasantries being exchanged here. That is all we have for you here tonight. We appreciate you joining us here. Again, my name is Will Sargent with my co-commentator Nate Jewett-Wolf with New Logical on YouTube. Thank you for joining us, and have a good night.
Yes, on the man at the back post, and there's the goal. There's the goal. It's a goal for Westmead.
He's got plenty of space.